6, and we do have Boner of the Day coming up.
Indeed. I'm having a lunch today. I'm going to lunch with...
Is it a lunch or a luncheon?
It's a lunch. I think a luncheon involves several people.
Is it a working lunch?
Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, I feel kind of very gratified or just kind of honored, that the mayor of Salt Lake, her people,
Mayor Aaron Mendenhall?
yeah, her people called and said, could you have
Did
lunch?
they call your people?
Yes, I have no people. And they said, could you
meet with the mayor about a liberal elite agenda?
Gabby is her
people?
Her people, and said, could you have a lunch with the mayor? And I said, well, yeah, sure. And she wants to talk about a couple of things with me, and I guess just get my ideas on something. And I said, well, I'd be really happy to do that. And I feel kind of nervous about it too, because I think
we talk to her all the time.
Well, I know, but she's like really smart, and we talked to her on the phone, and now I'm going to be face to face. And
you're worried about embarrassing yourself?
Yeah.
Don't embarrass us. Because, your behavior reflects on the rest of us. Don't
I know.
Make us proud, young man.
Yes, this could be a good thing for us, or it could be disastrous. But it's face to face, and there's food involved.
Oh,
so like get stuff stuck in your teeth.
Okay, let me help you. Where are you eating?
Well, I don't think I'll say.
Yeah, you don't want to say on the air.
I'm gonna look and tell you what to order so you don't embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing with parsley.
That's what I'm looking
Right,
for.
parsley.
Yeah, nothing with parsley.
Sauces can be hazardous because they get on
You can
you.
spill.
What about drinks? Like
Drink, you should be okay.
coffee or tea or something.
Let her take the lead as far as a cocktail, though.
Yeah, no, this place does have cocktails, but I don't think that this is not a martini lunch. I don't.
Okay.
I am kind of nervous, and I feel just really honored that she would want to talk to me about something, and I said okay.
Bill, they have a salmon salad. You can get that.
Yeah, no, I don't.
No,
want that. No,
you don't want a salmon?
No, because no.
Okay.
I do want a salad. I'm always up for a salad, but not a salmon.
But not
salad.
that.
No. So anyway, I almost blew this really badly. The mayor's spokesperson, her people, called me a long time ago, and we set something up. And then there was a conflict, and the mayor couldn't make it, and they said, could we reschedule? And I said, yeah, it's no problem. And we found a date to reschedule, which is today.
Mm-hmm.
However, I didn't write it in my calendar for some reason. And it is only by chance that I'm not standing the mayor up today, because I didn't have it on my calendar.
So how did you accidentally run across it?
Well, my wife knew that I was having lunch with the mayor at some time, and she said, "When is that happening?" And I said,
"Lunch with the mayor coming up?"
Yeah, and I said, let's see, I think it's next week. And I had in my mind that it was the 7th. And she said, are you sure? I thought it was this week. And I said, well, here, I'll look at my calendar. And I look at my calendar, and it's nowhere. I don't see it anywhere. And I went, uh-oh. Maybe it was yesterday, uh-oh.
I'm picturing the mayor sitting at lunch, looking at her watch, looking at the door.
Yeah.
Is he going to show?
Yeah. Wouldn't that have been embarrassing?
Yes.
It just would have been horrible. But I remembered where I could find the information, because Gabby and I did all of this via text. And so I had a text record of it.
You tracked it down.
And I went and I looked at it and I went, oh, God, it's tomorrow. Oof. And that made me even more nervous. And by the time it rolls around, I'm going to be like just sweating nervous.
You'll be fine. Don't you know who you are? She's probably nervous to go to lunch with you.
Well, thank you for saying so, but no, I don't think that's the case. The only thing I do know is that she's an exceptionally nice person.
Yes.
So, So and
We're
she's
lucky to have her as our mayor.
I once had a conversation with her and her husband just by chance at an event, and my wife and I sat down at table with her and her husband and had a long conversation about just social chit chat about stuff, and so that she's a good conversationalist. I know that.
So are you. This will be fine.
Well, I don't know. I think she wants my opinion about something.
Well, Lord knows you have those.
Yeah.
This isn't about the.
You never have a problem with opinions.
This isn't about the city flag, is it?
Yeah, don't harass her about the flag.
No.
'Cause I think that's a done deal.
I'm not going to talk to her about that dumb flag. I'm
It's
not going to say. I won't say, Mayor, that dumb flag. I just
It's
promise.
a beautiful flag, and I saw she posted. She has a pride version of the Salt Lake flag.
Oh,
So it's like a little rainbow added. It's beautiful.
I'd like to see that.
now it needs something. I haven't seen it, but to me, that flag needs something. But now I shouldn't have said that because now this is going to get back to
No,
her,
so
and
all
it'll come up at lunch.
Here, I'm helping. All you have to say is, I love the pride version of the Salt Lake flag. I wish it looked like that all the time.
Yeah, but
Give her a little compliment.
what I'm saying, Gina, is this conversation will get back to her now.
I would just ask her one thing, and that is, have people stopped complaining about the whale, the ninth whale?
Yeah, what the?
Why?
I love the whale.
I don't know why people are complaining about that. Have they stopped complaining? Have they finally gotten tired?
People, I don't have any idea why people. First of all, if you don't like it, well, okay, but why do you care enough to make public complaints about it? I think it's kind of cool.
I used to live in that neighborhood, and that neighborhood needed something.
And I also like that they put a roundabout there.
Yeah, it's great.
And I like roundabouts in general. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask the mayor if we can't have roundabouts at every
More
intersection.
roundabouts.
At all over town, every intersection. We need roundabouts.
And tell her how great the open streets thing is. People love that.
Oh, you mean the down Main Street thing?
Yeah.
Oh, the party thing?
Mm-hmm.
It needs more things on it.
Yeah.
They're setting up for that right now.
The one time that I did it, there was just not enough things.
There's more things.
Oh, you know what's back also? I don't think we have any. The downtown farmers market.
Oh yeah.
I think it starts this weekend. I'll check, but I mean it's back as big as ever.
Oh.
They have stopped scaling it down, and it's going to be huge down at Pioneer Park.
I just know that because of your lunch with the mayor today, you're going to miss the meeting with the consultant. So.
Oh, you're going to make us do that alone?
Yep.
Maybe we'll get lucky because last week we didn't really have a meeting with the consultant because Gina wasn't there.
That wasn't why.
Well, that's what he said.
Yeah.
That was part of the reason.
People are going to get angry and turn off the show. I have reams and reams and reams of notes. It needs to be better.
Bill, I'm sending you a picture of the mayor with the pride flag.
Okay.
So you can.
Okay.
So when you're talking, you can sound like you.
I'll sound knowledgeable about it.
Well, yeah. I like that.
And I don't really hate the flag.
Back off the flag. Okay, let's see. Crash northbound Bangor Highway 47 south in Taylorsville. Center lane is blocked. Traffic is backing up toward 54 south. Expect delays 10 to 15 minutes on the blue line northbound from Meadowbrook to Arena and up to 20 minutes on the red line northbound and southbound between Daybreak Parkway and Jordan Valley. This is due to some tracks mechanical issues. Friend of the program says chairs in the left lane southbound I-15 just past the 90th South exit. So if you're in need of a chair and it's safe for you to swipe those off the side of the road, you can have them. Are you searching for Pokemon? Locally owned Haster Games has the best selection of Pokemon, Dungeons and Dragons, Magic, and more. Shop online at HasterGames.com or visit the store, 6831 South State. Curbside service is available.
Boners coming up. I'm just going to guess that this is the order because I got them to them a little late, so I don't know what order they'll be on the web, but I think it'll be this. Boner candidate number 1, we expect better from our Star Wars fans. Mm-hmm. Number 2, this was certainly not kosher. And number 3, schools are grooming our children with critical race theory and gender ideology, among other things.
All right, boner of the day, big boy news, all coming up after these. RenaissanceRanch.com.
Yes, Renaissance Ranch is a place that helps people who are in the depths of addiction to drugs or alcohol or both sometimes. And the hardest part of that is, or maybe it's you that's having the struggle, and the hardest part is allowing yourself to reach out for help. But help is out there. Renaissance Ranch Addiction Treatment Center. Now, Renaissance Ranch offers residential and outpatient services. It's designed for male patients specifically, and they accept most insurance, private insurance, so that's good. Help is out there. Battling addiction is very, very hard, and this is an amazing local family-owned program, Renaissance Ranch. Schedule a free consultation. You'll find them at renaissanceranch.com. That's renaissanceranch.com.
I hope you know.
Here's your list.
All right.
This is, you got the intro there? You want to do that? Or
Yeah. Let me just give me a second.
It's
here.
a list of 34 cereals that are no longer on the shelves.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
Now, if you want to ask, it'll tell you the years that it was available. I'm not going to give that for everyone, and the manufacturer and a description of the taste. Okay, there's Vanilla Crunch.
Yes, I remember this.
You remember that?
That sounds good.
It was delicious.
So it was birthday cake flavored Captain Crunch balls, essentially. Pink Panther Flakes.
I remember those. It was also a good cereal. Good prizes in that one too.
Fruit Brute.
Yes, delicious. Actually, of the Monster cereals, probably the best one.
Was it like Fruity Pebbles?
Fruit flavored cereal pieces with lime flavored marshmallows.
Yeah,
Moonstones.
I remember those.
That's from the Ralston Purina Company. Yeah.
As I recall,
Donkey
it was just a crunchy golden cereal, as I recall.
Let's see. Fruit flavored. No, it says fruit flavored.
Oh.
Space-shaped cereal of stars, half moons, and planets.
Okay, yeah.
Donkey Kong Crunch.
I remember that, yes.
Strawberry honeycomb. That's sort of. That's you know what that is, because I think they still have honeycombs. Pac-Man cereal.
Yes.
Smurf Berry Crunch.
Had that,
They
yes.
don't have Smurf Berry Crunch anymore?
Mr. T cereal. Remember that?
Delicious, yes.
I remember this one.
Golden-shaped letter T's.
Yeah. I think I have a box of this in my drawer at work. C-3POs.
Also delicious. Very good cereal. It was like, little eights put together that were golden and sweet.
Honey sweet oat wheat corn cereal. It said basically like Lucky Charms without the marshmallows. Ghostbusters cereal.
Yes.
Nerds cereal.
Too sweet for me.
Rainbow Bright cereal.
Did not have that one.
Spider-Man cereal.
Had that, yes. Delicious.
Yummy Mummy.
Yummy Fruity Mummy, yes.
Smurf Magic Berries.
What made the magic?
I want to know what were the berries.
They're magic.
Morning Funnies. Ever heard of that one?
Don't know that one.
1988 to 1989. Didn't last very long. It was a fruit-flavored cereal shaped like goofy faces in a box covered with comics.
No.
Oh, yeah, the comics from the newspaper on the box. Oh, okay, yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts cereal.
Yeah,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cereal,
yes.
which they tasted like turtle. Batman cereal.
Remember Batman cereal? Yes, a golden
Breakfast
sweet
with Barbie.
Did not see that one.
That was a multigrain fruit-flavored cereal in shape of hearts, bows, cars, stars, and the letter B from 1989 into the early 90s. Bill and Ted's Excellent Cereal.
I never had that. I should have had that.
Tiny Toon Adventures cereal.
Vaguely remember that.
Cinnamon Mini Buns.
I remember those.
The Addams Family cereal.
That was actually a good cereal.
That's it. No, not according to this. It says spooky-shaped cereal with a memorable lack of flavor.
No, it had cinnamon in it, as I recall.
Lack of
I remember eating it. I thought it was delicious.
Well, that's. I mean, you may have liked it, and that's WWF Superstars.
Don't remember that one.
Vanilla-flavored star-shaped cereal. Jurassic Park Lost World Crunch.
Don't remember that one either.
Reptar Crunch. Whatever.
Reptar?
Reptar.
Reptar is the cartoon character from the Rugrats cartoon. Reptar was like their Godzilla, yes.
That was a Post cereal.
Mm-hmm.
Homer's Cinnamon Donut cereal.
I remember this. It was yummy.
Bart's Peanut Butter Chocolate Crunch.
Don't remember that one.
Monopoly cereal.
Don't remember that.
Who wants to eat
Fiber.
Monopoly cereal?
People who love the game Monopoly. Fiber Plus Berry Yogurt Crunch.
Ugh.
No.
Cupcake Pebbles.
Don't remember
And
that
Sesame Street C is for cereal.
C is for cereal.
Don't
That's
remember
good
that one
enough for me.
There were so many left out there.
Well,
you had Vanilla Crunch at the beginning, which is a Captain Crunch related cereal. But there was Jean Lafitte's Cinnamon Crunch that was a Captain Crunch cereal. Jean Lafitte being the pirate bad guy in the cartoons of Captain Crunch, and he got his own cereal. It was delicious.
Yeah, it says here that there are many others, but
yes.
some of them, they were just like limited releases for movies. You know, they didn't. A lot of these they intended them to go on, and then they didn't. Because why couldn't you have a Batman cereal even today? I mean,
exactly. C-3POs were delicious too.
I bought a real cereal yesterday.
What?
Grape Nuts.
That's
Post Grape Nuts.
Are you going to eat that on the air? Because it's really noisy when you eat the Grape Nuts on the air.
I don't know.
Buy
Maybe
you a quieter cereal.
If I had not known that it bothered you so much, I wouldn't have done it. But now,
softer cereal. Oatmeal. How about oatmeal?
I'll eat some mush,
some cream of wheat,
some muesli,
some malto meal.
Yeah.
Chocolate flavor malto meal.
I don't intend on eating the Grape Nuts on the air because if you kind of suck in a little bit and one of them gets lodged in your throat, it's a disaster.
It'll do it.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio.
.25, and time now for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you will decide with your vote of these three candidates which one is the worst, which one should be Boner of the Day for today, June 1, 2022. I'll give you two candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all three, you will vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
I can't buy it. Gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt.
Boner candidate number one, we expect better from our Star Wars fans. After Obi-Wan Kenobi actor Moses Ingram, and that's a woman,
Yes.
revealed on social media the onslaught of racist harassment she's received since the Disney Plus series premiered last week, the Star Wars franchise stepped up Monday to show support for Ingram. Plays Reva Savander, also known as the third sister, who's hunting Obi-Wan Kenobi for Darth Vader in the new series. The Emmy-nominated actor shared on her Instagram the hateful messages fired at her from fans of the series, including atrocious messages using the N-word, and claims that she's part of the show only as a diversity hire. There's nothing anybody can do about this. There's nothing anybody can do to stop the hate, Ingram said in a video that she posted. I question my purposes in even being here in front of you, saying that this is happening. I don't really know. This is not the first time either, apparently. Star Wars fans have attacked somebody of color in Star Wars.
Yep.
It's supposed to be, a white-only franchise, apparently.
Says who?
Well, it says these people.
Yeah.
Boner.
Even set the racism aside just for a second. This Star Wars takes place in a other galaxy with beings from
all kinds of people
that look different.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah, but they're not black.
I mean, it's
Boner candidate number one, we expect better from our Star Wars fans. We certainly don't expect them to be that stupid. Boner candidate number two, this was certainly not kosher. Minneapolis, Minnesota, a couple accidentally showed themselves having sex while attending a bat mitzvah on Zoom and forgetting to join the virtual ceremony with audio only. They thought they were just the audio portion of the bat mitzvah ceremony. The middle-aged pair were filmed fondling and caressing one another while virtually attending the service at Temple Beth El in Minneapolis on May 14th. Shocked onlookers said the Randy pair engaged in an extended sex session, which only ended when they finally spotted a private chat begging them to stop. It went on for about 45 minutes, said one person who witnessed the couple getting it on during the virtual religious service. She was walking around naked. She's in and out of the Zoom. He was in the bed. It was very graphic.
Can't we wait till after the bat mitzvah?
I'd have to go look at my Zoom controls, but isn't it possible for somebody on the other end of Zoom to blot that out, to get rid of that? Who's ever controlling the Zoom could disinvite them from the
I think
Zoom.
that's possible.
But anyway, Boner candidate number... maybe a bat mitzvah makes them horny. I don't know, but certainly not kosher. Coming up in a moment, Boner candidate number three. Schools are grooming our children with critical race theory and gender ideology, among other things.
All right, Boner candidate number three coming up after this big boy news and Opinioendo, brought to you by...
Pick 3 services for $99 at Young Chevrolet in Layton. Options include oil change, tire rotation, brake check, multi-point inspection, alignment check, wiper blades, engine air filter, or AC system check. Learn more at youngchev.com.
I predicted that the jury in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard mess will not be able to come to any determination. And in their first full day of deliberations, the jurors posted a question to the judge about how they should weigh in on a headline in Heard's Washington Post op-ed. The headline for the online version of the December 2018 piece said, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. That has to change. Judge Penny Azcarte said that the jurors were wondering if they should consider whether the headline was defamatory or whether that should be connected to the content of the statement, everything in the op-ed. I think the conclusion came in this particular one because the statement in question is the title of the op-ed, so they're confused as to whether it's the whole op-ed or the title. So you see, if they're confused about that,
Yeah.
they're going to be confused about a lot of other things, and I bet they're a hung jury. Or Yellowstone is a popular television show, really, really popular, like the biggest show on television. Variety reports
scripted show.
Variety reports that the Paramount Network hit was the highest rated scripted series for 2021-22 season, finishing number one among both total viewers and the all-important 18 to 49 demographic.
Which also says to me that more people have Paramount Plus than reports I've read.
They must, because they have to go there to get Yellowstone.
Well, I only got it so I could watch Yellowstone.
Oh, I thought you got it for all the Star Trek. But
here are the top
only reason I
total viewers shows. Now, this is unscripted and, just all shows. Number one, and this is always number one, NFL Sunday Night Football, 18.1 million. NFL Thursday Night Football is next with 15.3 million. But Yellowstone, 11.3 million is number three, and then another football game, and then number five, NCIS on CBS.
Those old people can't change the channel.
it's fascinating because I was reading this article from some radio twerp who was saying, you can forget about Paramount Plus. Nobody has Paramount Plus. I'm like, apparently.
That's the only reason I have. That's the only thing I watch on it is that.
The Salt Lake City Fire Department on Tuesday confirmed the cause of an apartment building fire that killed one person and injured multiple tenants and firefighters. According to Salt Lake City Fire Captain Sean Mumdy, the fire at Silverado Apartments, and it wasn't just a fire, it was an explosion.
Yeah.
Ivy, our friend at Booze Teak, said it was the loudest thing she'd ever heard. Would scare the hell out of you, wouldn't it? According to the captain, the cause of the explosion, somebody was smoking too close to an oxygen tank. Somebody probably on a cannula, on oxygen, but couldn't give up cigarettes.
They tell you not to do that. It's very dangerous, and that's...
One person died in the explosion and fire who has not been identified. Investigators believe it was the person who was smoking. Two other people went to the hospital. Utah's largest farmers market is fully back. The market, let's see, this weekend they'll have everything. Oh, it's even expanded. The largest market is also expanding to other days and parks. The Urban Food Connection of Utah has assumed control of the Liberty Park market, and so they're combining things, and they're going to be smaller farmers markets
Like
around the
satellite
city.
ones?
Yeah, on
that's
different
cool.
days. Yeah, that's a great idea.
It is.
Dr. Oz is saying I won.
Oh, yeah, that still hasn't been decided.
Still?
has it?
Dr. Oz has decided.
Oh, he's declaring himself the winner?
He says, I am the presumptive winner of the primary election. But the office that counts the votes hasn't said so yet. But he says he is. This is terrible. Faulty oxygen readings have have in the past and will continue if you're not careful, delayed COVID treatments for darker skinned patients. Why? They put that little oximeter, I think they call it, on your finger.
Yeah.
It doesn't work as well on darker skinned fingers.
Wow.
It doesn't give more accurate enough reading. Pulse oximeters, which measure oxygen level by assessing the color of the blood, well, they have a harder time reading it on darker skin.
Wow.
And that's caused some problems for people. A couple of quick stories here to end this. A woman in Florida found an alligator swimming in her pool. That's not that unusual.
Like you do.
Yeah, it's really not that unusual. But a man is dead after crashing into a Miami pond that was teeming with alligators. In a car, they crashed their car into the pond that was full of alligators. The car went underwater. They had to, so they got a dive team to go down to get, check it out. But they had to have snipers standing around the pond because of all the alligators.
They have gator cages?
Man. And then this one.
You're going to get in that cage, Mr. Hooper?
Another one. These are all Florida. A Florida man was in a lake looking for disc frisbees. It was near a disc or part of a disc frisbee golf course, a disc golf course, and people lose their discs in the lake, like people lose their golf ball.
Exactly.
So he was swimming in the lake to retrieve these disc frisbees because they're fairly valuable, and an alligator killed him, tore his arm off, and killed him.
They're not that valuable.
Yeah. So there you go. That's Florida for you. All right, that's it.
I'm a gator sniper. My new profession.
Or password. You can.
That's your password. Gator Sniper 69 exclamation point. All right, if you're changing your password today. Weather, traffic.
Beautiful day today. High of 75, sunny. It's a day to stand outside with your hands on your hips and go, this is a beautiful day. Do
No, you
that.
have to sing that.
Oh.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
Do that today. It's that kind of day. Friend of the program says there's a dog running along the freeway, slow traffic right before exit 294. Northbound, southbound. I love it when you text in traffic just a little more details, and watch out for the puppy, won't you please? We also have a crash, Washington Boulevard, 36th Street in Ogden. Crash northbound Redwood Road, Camp Williams Road. This is in Bluffdale on the right shoulder. Crash northbound Bangor Highway 49th South in Taylorsville. And I don't know if anybody's picked up the chairs yet, but they were left lane southbound I-15 just past the 90th South exit. I don't know what kind of chairs they are, but they're free. They're in the road.
Let's get someone from the Ward over there to pick them up.
Downtown is vibrant, welcoming you back. Get ready to experience a raucous summer of festivals and fun, including the return of open streets downtown. Visit theblocksslc.com to find out more.
Apparently, Yellowstone is not just on the Paramount Network, Paramount Plus. It's available on the Paramount Network. It's on Hulu. It's apparently all over the place, which is why people get the opportunity to see it. And that's why it's so big.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Schools are grooming our children with critical race theory and gender ideology, among other things. Former Growing Pains star Kirk Cameron found his name trending on social media on Tuesday after he made a bizarre attack on the entire school education system. Cameron, who won 4 Razzies in a single year for the 2014 bomb movie Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas, rattled off a Mad Libs jumble of far-right boogeymen during a Fox News digital interview. In the course of the discussion, he slammed pronouns, grooming, the 1619 Project, racial confusion, and more. Quote, public school systems have become so bad, it's sad to say that they're doing more for grooming for sexual chaos and the progressive left than any real educating about the things that most of us want to teach our kids. He also said schools were spreading terminal disease and destroying the church.
Huh?
Stop complaining at school board meetings, said Cameron. Pull your kids out of systems that are rotting the minds and souls of American children and spreading a terminal disease, and begin educating them with good values.
Oh, it's all part of the right-wing plan to get rid of public schools.
He's frightening.
Boner candidate number 3. Schools are grooming our children with critical race theory and gender ideology, among other things.
Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. We expect better from our Star Wars fans. There were Star Wars fans, I guess, who attacked. Yes.
Now about this story, someone is complaining. Says, "Well, it's weird, isn't it? Weird that Star Wars made an official statement for this one." Like, no, they've made them before. If you'll remember, Rose Tika, the character,
Yeah.
They had to make an official statement back then, too, okay?
And I heard, I think it was Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor just going off on it. Anyway, racial attacks against this Star Wars actor. Number 2, this was certainly not kosher. A couple inadvertently broadcasting themselves having the sex during a bat mitzvah Zoom meeting.
And the Zoom host can take them out, so it's bad Zoom hosting.
I thought so. And boner candidate number 3, although you know what happens sometimes, somebody sets it up. Yep. I'll be the host, they set it up, and then they just leave.
Yeah.
Boner candidate number 3, the Kirk Cameron.
Thank you. Kelly Marie Tran, that's the name I was trying to... Yeah, thank you, Robert. Well, let's get to voting for Boner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text, and text that to 33986. Or you can call the producer's booth, 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Katie will take it. And you can go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, June 1, 2022, and vote there. If you don't see it, refresh your internet browser. It should appear. You can click and vote. It's easy to do. You only have about 4 minutes left to get your voting in. As soon as we award Boner of the Day, don't forget Dr. Cobble will be here answering not just COVID questions, but, you know, he's a doctor. Ask him doctory questions. 877-602-9696. Get ready. Okay, here we go. Let's vote. Boner of the Day.
Start your workday at 10 a.m. with a...
You want to open up the Batman
Do you want me to do this?
trading
Yeah,
cards?
do it.
And,
Do it. Come on, do it.
So this is from 1980 what?
It says 1989. This is from a classic pack of Batman movie. You know, the first, the Michael Keaton one, not the first Batman movie, but the Michael Keaton one.
The real Batman.
Well, yeah. From 1989. Adam West. But this is, it's not valuable because it's the second series.
Okay.
And so they're selling these at the comic book store at Dr. Volt's for just like $2. But these are, I thought they were reproductions because that's the new thing now. For those of us who are still fishing for our nostalgia from our childhood, they're recreating things from our childhood in the exact way, like the Star Wars action figures and Mego action figures and all that. I thought this was a reproduction when I saw it on sale. But
really,
no,
it's original.
These are from 1989 Batman trading cards. So 9 cards.
That gum is how
9
old?
cards, 1 sticker, and 1 stick bubble gum.
That gum is,
do the math.
See.
Tell me how old this gum is.
1989, so 1990, that'd be 31 years old.
31-year-old gum.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You're not going to do... Oh. Really?
Right.
Now, it doesn't have that smell that gum... And it's gonna be as brittle as a piece of floor tile,
No, that is okay. So the first thing we get is a sticker. It's a sticker of the Joker. Now it's an artist's rendition of Nicholson as the Joker.
Okay.
So all right, so there's that. And the cards, some of them are art cards.
Oh.
Production
Cool.
art cards. They use.
Yeah.
To help frame the thing. And then the others are, Batman's public service, that there's pictures of Jack Nicholson and there's the Batmobile parked in the Bat Cave, So it's a trading card. So it's like the old trading cards. All right, so here we go.
Now show us the gum first before you eat it. Does it have that white powder on it?
It used to. Let's see. Okay, so there's the gum. You ready?
All
right, and you can see this at x96.com/live.
Now, is it the size of one of the cards? Oh, no, it's not.
It's like a stick of gum.
You want a comparison?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times it was the gum in there was like the size of a card or just slightly smaller than the whole card.
That looks like a piece of Trident.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Here he goes.
All right, 30-year-old gum. Oh, God.
It crunched.
Crunchy.
I think it broke my teeth. Yeah, the chat room is saying this is a bad idea, and I'm starting to agree with them.
Yeah, don't eat it. Don't do any more of that. I'm just wondering if it still forms into gum.
It doesn't sound like gum.
It's not forming into gum.
It's just staying in crumbles on your.
It's staying in dry crumbles.
I think you should spit it out.
So like the soul leaves a body, the essence of the gum has left the gum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, spit it out.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's too
Now,
bad.
Now, someone said, this is awfully radio stunty of you guys. To which I say, well, that's what happens when the mayor doesn't call. So
we
well,
fall
you could
back.
have had the mayor here.
We were hoping to put some information out, something, that could help you. But instead, I'm eating 30-year-old gum because the mayor didn't
call City Hall and blame the mayor.
Mm-hmm. So let her know that she's ruining our show by not showing up.
She could have been having important mayoral business.
Yes.
That's not our problem. Although she's now made it our problem.
Right, 747. Just as soon as we award Boner of the Day, we're going to go to Dr. Cobble. So get your questions ready at 877-602-9696. But right now, it's award Boner of the Day.
And is brought to you in part by cashew pork stir fry.
And get outfitted for Pride Month at Iconoclad with flags and apparel. Check out the new Iconoclad, 855 South State in Salt Lake for Utah's most awarded new secondhand and festival shopping. Also go to the original boutique, 4th East, 3rd South. Keep SLC weird.
Boner candidate number 1, we expect better from our Star Wars fans. Racial attack against a actor in the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, a person of color. Boner candidate number 2, this was certainly not kosher. A couple inadvertently broadcasting themselves having sex during a bat mitzvah Zoom for 45 minutes. And Boner candidate number 3, it's Kirk Cameron. Schools are grooming our children. And he just went off in all directions.
All kinds of conspiracy theories, and all of it BS.
Yep. The voting was really close between number 1 and Kirk Cameron, and then prevailing finally in the end, Boner candidate number 1. We expect better from our Star Wars fans.
All right, there it is. Boner of the Day for today, June 1st, 2022. Now qualified to be Boner of the Week. And Dr. Cobble brought to you by.
Pick 3 services for $99 at Young Chevrolet in Layton. Options include oil change, tire rotation, brake check, multi-point inspection, alignment check, wiper blades, engine air filter, or AC system check. Learn more at youngchev.com.
Dr. Michael Cobble is with us. Good morning, Dr. Cobble. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. Thank you.
Dr. Cobble can answer your questions about COVID. He can answer your questions about most things medical. And he's happy to do it. If you'd like to call us at 877-602-9696, ask your questions. Like last time, we had questions about diabetes and stuff like that, so you can also do that. But COVID has been the focus, and if you want to, well, for instance, there's a text here. The phone number, 877-602-9696. The text number is 33986. There's a text here that says, Dr. Cobble, my partner just tested positive on 2 home tests. Should we keep our kids home from school?
Oh, gosh, that's tough. I think that most of the school recommendations have been if the kids are asymptomatic, but they've had a positive exposure, to have them wear a mask to school.
Mm-hmm.
So if the kids are asymptomatic, they can go to school with a mask on. You can also test them at home and make sure they test negative, but they should wear a mask if they've been exposed to somebody that has been infected.
877-602-9696. That's the number to talk to Dr. Cobble, or 33986 for a text question. Dr. Cobble, tell us if I did this right. I had COVID, and then I got over it, and I went to an event that I was could have been a super spreader event. It was a whole bunch of kids singing choir songs, and I was the MC, and I couldn't wear a mask all the time, and I was kind of worried about that, and so I decided I wouldn't come to work. I'd broadcast from home, so just in the off chance that I'd been infected, and I stayed home for 4 days because I didn't want to infect Carrie and Gina. But I thought, well, what if I do have COVID and I'm at home? I don't want to give it to my wife and child again.
They just got over it. Can you get it again that quickly, maybe, is the question.
Well, no. My question was, my wife said, don't worry about it unless you start exhibiting symptoms. Then put on a mask. Would that be correct?
Well, I think 20% of people can be asymptomatic and be infected. If you're vaccinated, about 40% of people can be asymptomatic and be infected. So there's a 20 to 40% chance if someone's exposed, they have the infection and they can spread it. And that's probably how super spreader events type things happen. There are people there that don't know they're infected, and they're laughing and coughing and whatever. They're spreading around. So I think typically if you've caught it recently, you probably have immunity for 4 to 12 weeks. Mm-hmm. But just assuming that you caught it recently, I wouldn't go around thinking you shouldn't wear your mask or do the smart thing. Mm-hmm. So I think you and your wife are both right. I think your chance of recatching it this quickly would be pretty low.
Uh-huh.
And if you're asymptomatic, you're probably not infected and you're probably not spreading it. But, I think if you're out in groups or crowds, you ought to wear a mask.
Yeah. Okay. Or not go to work.
Yeah.
Well, nobody wants to go to work.
No.
Here's been obvious the last 2 years.
Here's another text. 877-602-9696 is the phone. Text your questions to 33986. What is the current isolation/quarantine suggestion after a positive test? How long are you still contagious?
Yeah, the recommendation is 5-day quarantine and 10-day mask, or until you're asymptomatic. About 30% of people are still contagious after 5 days, and about 10% are still contagious after 10. So quarantine for 5, mask for 10.
Dr. Cobble, I just got back from Florida, and we went to Harry Potter World, and I would wear my mask in the indoor rides and not outside. And I came away feeling like if I didn't get COVID on this trip, I'm never getting it.
Well, there's no.
I was around so many people, more people than I've been around no, but it's a serious question. If I was in that environment for hours and hours and didn't get COVID, does that mean my vaccination's working pretty good?
Yeah, I think that's what the vaccine is for. I think most importantly, if you're outside and the ventilation is good, the wind's blowing, those types of things, and you're moving, not standing in one spot in somebody's not in your face for several minutes, your chance of catching it's pretty low, especially if you're not around somebody that's singing, laughing, breathing heavily, or coughing. I think there was a study last week that showed in workout in indoor athletic facilities.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the parts per million of this virus in heavy breathing is like 800 times greater than somebody that's just breathing normally. So again, if you're around people that are breathing normally, they're not yelling, singing, laughing, coughing, sneezing, chances of catching it are pretty low. But if you're going to be in an outdoor facility talking to somebody face-to-face for 20 minutes and they've got the virus, you're probably going to catch it.
Unfortunately, at my house, I do all of those things. I go around the house laughing, sneezing, coughing, singing, and yelling. It's terrible. It's just terrible. I'm a super spreader.
You should hire a maid to clean your house instead of you doing a bill. I just picture you wandering around the house doing all that stuff, laughing, yelling, coughing, and sneezing.
Exactly. Well, we have more COVID questions, but,
Doesn't have to be COVID.
Doesn't have to be. It can be whatever you'd like to ask a doctor. Coming up, 877-602-9696, or text your questions to 33986. Dr. Cobble will be with us for another segment. Stand by. Traffic, Gina, please.
Utah Transit Authority is saying you should expect delays of up to 20 minutes on the Blue Line southbound at Old Greek Town and Planetarium Line, and up to 20 minutes on the Red Line northbound and southbound between Daybreak Parkway and Jordan Valley. I believe these are due to mechanical issues. There's not any accident or anything. If you see something, you can text us 33986, and I'll pass it along to friends of the program. Of course, only if it's safe for you to do that. When you buy a home with Homie splits up to half the commission with you. Go to homie.com for more information. Homie's got your back.
All right. We will take a break. We will be back more with Dr. Cobble coming up after these. Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com. Got a text earlier from somebody who said they're going in for their PRK this morning. Mm-hmm. Also a text earlier from someone who said, I'm going to work at Hoops this morning.
Listen, $800, $800 off the LASIK or PRK procedure. So that means you can get rid of your glasses or your contact lenses. And sometimes it's really interesting. Your vision is improved to better than 20/20 when you get the LASIK procedure, which is, I just think that's really...
That was my experience.
Was it better?
I stood on my front lawn and looked up at Mount Doom, and I could see, for the first time, individual trees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is a great thing to get done, and right now is the best time to do it. Summertime, $800 off. What more could you ask for at Hoops Vision? Give them a call and make a free, no-obligation appointment, 877-30-LASIK, or go to hoopsvision.com. Back in the day, we had these mascot animals living at our studio up in Ogden. Mm-hmm. We had Farnsworth, the cat, and Farnsworth just had the run of the place, and there were a lot of mice in the building, so he kept the mice down. And Farnsworth was he was really a great cat for the most part. He was almost jet black.
Mm-hmm. Had a broken tail.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He had a crooked tail. Yep. And Farnsworth went missing once around Halloween. And
Very nervous.
And our owner was certain that the Satanists had got him.
Well, sure.
You know what? The Satanists have got him. We got to make sure next year we keep him in if we find him. He did turn up, but he was fine. And then I don't know whatever happened to Farnsworth. I think he finally just
they don't
went
live
off.
forever.
I think he just finally went off somewhere. And
I think once the sale happened, I think Tom took Farnsworth home.
Did he? Oh,
yeah.
Maybe you're right.
Because I know that the a-hole from El Paso didn't want the cat around.
No. Yeah. No. So it works better alliteratively if we can really say the word.
Yeah, I know.
From El Paso.
But, the nation is 9 years old, so I can't.
Yeah. So just say that to yourself in your head. It sounds better.
I did. It's there.
But anyway, back to this little horse. And then, so the other animal we had was a burro. For some reason, we thought it would be a good idea to adopt a burro from the Grand Canyon. And those wild burro, and the BLM had these programs where you could adopt a burro. And so we went and we adopted this burro, and we named him Buster, and he was the KJQ burro. No, that's not the right picture. No.
They don't know
They assume that I'm talking about animals. That's an animal picture. That's for later on.
Different animal.
Yeah.
Did you have a picture accompanying the story?
No, I did not. So anyway, we adopted this burro, Buster, and he was a donkey. And it is true what they say about donkeys.
They're stubborn.
They're the worst.
Yeah. And he was we thought it would be fun to take him around to events. Well, it wasn't.
No.
Because he was stubborn. We had a horse trailer that the owner of the property had that we could use. But to try and get him into the horse trailer was just almost impossible because he didn't want to go.
Of course.
And you could pull on him, and he would dig himself in, and he just. But so one year we're having this parade. I think it was the Thanksgiving Day parade. It was the Christmas parade on the day after Thanksgiving in Ogden. I think they still do it, and that's when Santa comes right after Thanksgiving, and they have this little parade. Anyway, so we're going to take Buster and have him be in the parade, or maybe it was the 24th of July parade. I don't remember. Yeah, it was. It was the 24th of July parade. Because so we finally get Buster in the trailer, and we take him up to Washington Boulevard, which wasn't very far, and we park the trailer, and we open the back door of the trailer, and Buster, the burro, is like almost upside down with his feet sticking in the air. Now, we didn't know anything about it. Like, he wasn't tied in properly or something. And so he's upside down, all four legs sticking in the air, and I go, Tom goes, "Oh my God, he's dead! He's dead!" And he did. He looked like he was dead. His eyes were glazed over. His tongue was hanging out. Well, there was this cowboy who was there, because he was going to ride his horses in the parade, and he came, "What's going on here?" And our burro is dead. And the cowboy looks in there and he goes, "Hell, he ain't dead." And he grabbed that burro and just dragged him out of the trailer, and Buster kind of staggered to his feet.
He's fine.
He's fine. He ain't
Walk
dead.
it off. Cowboy up.
I mean, and we, it was just like, he said, Net, when you take him home, you got to tie him in there so he doesn't fall down. Oh,
because they're dumb.
Well, and we thought he could just stand there and balance.
No.
So that
he could have been hurt bad.
Yeah, he could have. Yeah. I mean, he did look dead. I mean, I think his tongue was hanging out, and if he'd stayed like that, he probably would have died. But the cowboy, "Oh hell, he ain't dead." and then so we walked him in the parade.
All right, 8:04 right now. We got Dr. Cobble on the phone. We did have a phone call, but they went away.
Well, come back.
Yeah.
877-602-9696 is the number to call and talk to Dr. Cobble.
Demand for nurses is higher than ever. Nightingale College blends online classes with on-ground supervised field experience. Enroll now for the upcoming fall semester. Go to nightingale.edu.
All right, thank you. Let's continue with Dr. Cobble, shall we?
We got a bunch of text questions. There's let's see. Here's this. This isn't about COVID. Dr. Cobble, my husband is afraid to get a vasectomy. Can you calm his fears about that?
Well, some people are afraid of knives and needles and those types of things. I can tell you a vasectomy is super easy to do. It's easier than a circumcision. So if he survives circumcision, then a vasectomy is a piece of cake. Walk in the park.
Yeah, I can attest to the fact that it's nothing.
And it's easier than any permanent thing that a woman would have to do. So don't make her do it. You do it.
It's easier than Botox.
Wow.
And then, oh, no, I don't want to do. I was recently exposed to COVID. I started showing symptoms yesterday, but had a negative home test. Should I retest and when? Because, and I guess what they're saying here is it could be just a cold or the flu.
Or it could be a false negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that if you have cold-type symptoms, you should still quarantine. And I would probably do a COVID test every day. I've had some people in the last 2 weeks that had symptoms started on Monday. They tested, it was negative. Tested on Tuesday, it was negative. Tested on Wednesday, it was negative. And then it turned positive on Friday. Or they came into the office for a PCR test, and it was positive. So those home tests can be wrong a moderate amount of the time. And if you are having COVID or cold-type symptoms, then you should quarantine and maybe test every 2 days until day 5. And if it's negative at that point and you're cleared up of symptoms, your probably risk is very low of spreading it if you did have it.
Well, and I liked that little fact that you gave us off the air about the past 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. I've seen more COVID in the last 2 weeks in my office than I've seen in the previous 2 months. And fortunately, everyone's been vaccinated, so they were just pretty sick for 2 to 5 days, but we didn't have to hospitalize anyone and no one's died. But it's been pretty stressful.
Mm-hmm. But we also talked
masks anymore, and
we also talked off the air about one of my concerns about, because we're talking about, you're vaccinated, you're probably not going to end up in the hospital. I still don't want COVID because we keep hearing about people that weren't sick enough to go to the hospital but are dealing with long COVID. Are you seeing that in your practice?
I am, and some of these folks, I think the cognitive fatigue, the physical fatigue, I've had some people describe it, they feel like they're decomposing from the inside of their body out.
Jeez.
So
wow.
These people can feel miserable.
Yeah, I don't want any of those.
Yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want that either. Life's tough enough without having this viral illness that affects your brain and nervous system and musculoskeletal system, in addition to the heart and the lungs and those things.
What is long?
I think I mentioned earlier. Well, long COVID is just long-acting symptoms of the autoimmune inflammation. So it's almost creating this autoimmune disease type symptoms. And I think I mentioned earlier, we're still having 9,000 Americans die every month. And the death rate's still 4 or 5 times what we see with the flu. So even though the vaccine has made a large impact in reducing death and serious infections, this is really dynamic and not something I would ignore. I think, wear your mask if you're going to be in groups or crowds or inside for any length of time with people.
Also, don't forget those tests that you got from the government.
Yeah, I got them.
They do expire. So don't just hang on to them. You need to use them or give them to somebody who's going to use them. Here's a question that's not about COVID. I love this. Dr. Cobble, what the hell does a pancreas do? and
generally?
And what are the signs that something is wrong with it? Oh,
that's a good question.
Good question.
Yeah, I mean, the pancreas is an endocrine organ. It creates a lot of hormones and digestive enzymes, and so it's really important for digestion and also for preventing or treating diabetes because it makes insulin as well. So it's an endocrine organ. It makes a lot of different hormones that are important for digestion and making insulin so you don't have diabetes.
And how do you know if something's wrong with it?
That's a toughie. I mean, the pancreas lives just below the center of the stomach, the upper part. And if you're having severe upper abdominal pain and you don't think it's an ulcer or heartburn, you can do 2 blood tests called amylase and lipase to see if you have pancreatitis. The pancreas is a hard area to image, and that's why pancreatic cancer is very difficult to diagnose. It's a very rare illness as well, but to really image the pancreas well, typically we have to do an MRI. But the blood test, if somebody's worried about it, is amylase lipase. Most people that get pancreatitis get it from high triglycerides. Usually triglycerides are above 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, 5,000. And people that elevate their triglycerides typically are having 6 to 12 donuts a day or bagels with cream cheese, or they're having 12 drinks a day. So pancreatic enzymes are driven by fatty sugar. So anything that's a fermented sugar or fatty sugar. So again, donuts, for example, are really high fatty, sugary foods. You don't want pancreatitis.
So I'm waiting for the episode of The Simpsons where Homer gets pancreatitis.
It'll happen.
You know, you just shouldn't ever eat donuts. You should never eat them.
But I like a donut.
I know, but you shouldn't eat them.
Once in a while, it's okay.
Okay.
Dr. Cobble, if I have 6 donuts a year, is that okay?
You're playing Russian roulette with your pancreas.
6. I want permission for 6 donuts a year.
I think a donut every month or 2 is fine.
Okay.
I have this little kid who's type 1 diabetic, and his dad refused to let him have a donut for his birthday. And you just saw the pain in the poor little kid's eyes, and you just wanted to cry for him. It's like, Dad, let the poor little guy have a donut.
Yes.
I mean, I think that it's easy to manage those types of things, give him a little bit more insulin when has something like that. But, yeah, I think an occasional donut's fun, and I like to have a donut once in a while myself.
This is the most important episode of Dr. Cobble's segment ever.
Just now.
We got the donut okay. Occasional donut
Occasional donut, and we found out what the pancreas is.
And that's Gina's way of complimenting you, Dr. Cobble. Let's see. I hear a report that COVID causes the risk of developing diabetes by 40%. Is that true?
Oh, that's possible. I haven't seen that statistic personally, but it wouldn't surprise me just because it inflames every organ and every part of the body. So I know it acutely raises your risk of a stroke or heart attack 6 to 7-fold, chronically raises your risk of blood clots, heart attacks, and strokes 2-fold. And it wouldn't shock me at all that the pancreas, there are a lot of things that can cause diabetes and affect the pancreas. Skipping breakfast every morning raises your risk for diabetes about 20-25%. Drinking soft drinks raises it by 40-45%. Gaining weight every pound raises your risk by about 3%. So it wouldn't shock me at all if somebody said it raised your risk by 40%.
All right, Dr. Cobble, thank you very much. We're out of time. Thanks for being with us, and we'll talk with you again.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great week.
8:13, traffic, Gina, please.
A crash I-15 southbound Parish Lane in Centerville. The right lane and shoulder are blocked. Traffic is backing up into Farmington. Crash Washington Boulevard, 36th Street in Ogden. That's supposed to be cleared up next 10 or 15 minutes or so. And other than that, things look pretty good. I do see a little slowing in Draper, northbound I-15 coming into Sandy. Not sure what's going on there. Maybe you know. If you know and it's safe for you to text and tell us, 33986 is where you do that. Do you or someone you love struggle with addiction? Help is out there. Renaissance Ranch is one of Utah's best addiction treatment centers. Schedule a free consultation at renaissanceranch.com.
All right, 877-602-9696. It's time to line up and play Beat Gina. What's our prize for today?
Jack White tickets.
Jack White tickets. All right, so 877-602-9696. Call now and just wait a bit. And if you think you can beat Gina at Pop Culture Multiple Choice Trivia, the subject is all over the place because I have leftover questions.
I'm good at that.
We'll get those to you coming up as we play Beat Gina. 877-602-9696.
You know what they love more than a list?
What's that?
The dueling list.
What do you mean a dueling list?
Well,
I was just gonna do here these 5 health food buzzwords that are misleading.
Misleading buzzwords?
Well, I have 7 reasons why hotel sex can be very exciting.
Oh, dueling lists?
It's Radio from Hell with another list.
All right.
Because people love a good list. X96.
All right.
If you think your list is so tough, Gina, you go first.
Number 1, reasons why hotel sex can be very exciting.
All right.
Number 1, breaks the monotony. Nothing damages sex life more than monotony, and experts suggest trying something new whenever people feel their sex life lacks luster. Having sex in a hotel room can help couples overcome their boredom of a regular sex life.
Oh, yeah? Number 1, health food buzzword that's misleading.
Okay.
Lightly sweetened. Light is not an industry-regulated term, so any amount of sugar can be deemed light. One place you can spot this term is on cereal boxes. Lightly sweetened indeed. Lightly sweetened cereal with blueberries, 13 grams of sugar. It's a lie and it's misleading.
Gina?
Open to trying new things. Reasons why hotel sex can be very exciting. When people have sex repeatedly in the same place like their bedroom, they get used to doing things a certain way. But a new place encourages couples to try new things. Having sex in a hotel room can inspire couples to be adventurous, try new positions. It can make it very exciting.
Oh, yeah? Number 2, health food buzzwords that's misleading. Uncured meat. Cured meats, like bacon and sausage, they've long had a bad rep for containing nitrites, a food preservative that's been linked to cancer. So logic follows that meats labeled uncured wouldn't carry that risk. Well, you're wrong. According to a 2015 Ohio State University study, such labeling, the study concluded, is unusual, confusing, and technically incorrect. That's number 2, uncured meat.
Number 3, reasons why hotel sex is exciting. Free from responsibilities. You don't have to do laundry. There's no dishes to do. The kids aren't there.
Somebody's got to do that. Somebody's got to do that laundry, though.
That's nothing.
Free from responsibility.
Number 3, made with real fruit. That label makes me laugh. It's a sure sign that there's little or no fruit in it at all. And whatever fruit there is processed beyond recognition. To avoid being duped, look at the food's ingredients. They're listed in order by greatest amount to least. Where does real fruit appear in the list? It isn't near the top of the list. That's all I'm saying. That's number 3.
Forbidden can be exciting. According to experts, sometimes a little amount of guilty feeling can make the experience of having sex very exciting. And if you feel guilt having sex in a place outside of the 4 walls of your bedroom, like a hotel room, it can be a very exciting experience.
You know what?
What?
Number 4 on this list, all natural. Just like lightly sweetened, the word natural is an unregulated term, which is why so many companies have overused it. By one company's definition, chocolate hazelnut spread earned the natural label because it was made with real nuts and chocolate, even though it's essentially a jar full of sugar.
What number are we?
This is number 5, and I only have 5, so that's as far as you can go.
So that's it?
Oh, one more. Give me a knockout punch, because I don't think you're winning so far.
Okay. Sex is more enjoyable when you're relaxed.
Oh.
You can order food to the room.
Well, yeah.
You don't have to leave. It has everything you want.
You can order
there.
food to the room and then have sex with it.
Oh, yeah?
You can't do that at home.
Oh, yeah?
Sex in a hotel is very exciting.
It's a 3 sandwich day.
No help. No, hey. No help, Carrie.
Sorry.
This is our fight. And mine, here's the knockout punch.
Okay.
5 health food buzzwords that are misleading. Gluten-free. I'm amused by gluten-free on products. Never had any wheat in them to begin with. And that's where gluten comes from.
Oh.
Gluten-free, they put it on things that don't have gluten anyway. Gluten-free, it's just a lie. It doesn't mean that it's healthy either if it's gluten-free.
Well,
oh man.
If you have to ask me to declare a winner, I declare we're all winners because it's dueling lists.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
Get ready for fast-paced fun and excitement that you can just feel at home if you play along with our contestant as he or she tries to beat Gina. I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola, and it's time to welcome the star of Beat Gina, so let's all put our paws together and give the clap to Carrie Jackson.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you. Thank you, Johnny.
Welcome.
All right, the computer will decide who is going to play. It looks like it is Thomas today. Hello, Thomas.
How you doing?
Hi there. All right, you ready to play Beat Gina?
Sure.
All right, let's toss a coin first to see who goes first in the game. It does give you an advantage. Thomas, heads or tails?
Tails.
Tails. Let's see. Coin toss app says tails.
Oh, man.
You can see there. That means you go first,
You're
Thomas.
already winning, Thomas.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. Some of these questions are pretty damn hard.
Okay.
I'll tell you right now. Thomas gets the first question and is yours to answer exclusively. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I'm going to give it to Gina and let her answer it. If she gets it correct, she's going to steal your point away. We're going to go back and forth until one of you gets 3 points. If you win, Thomas, you get Jack White tickets. And he's coming to town September or something like that?
No, June 10th.
Oh, June 10th.
At USANA
June
Amphitheater. He knows.
I get all my shows mixed up because there's so many coming. But now, if Gina wins, Thomas, what are you prepared to do in her name?
She can name it. I'm off in June and July, so I got.
Wait, like mow a lawn?
He has plenty of volunteer time.
Okay. All right, Thomas.
Paint her house.
Just. Okay.
All right. Okay. All right, Thomas, first question is for you. Again, this is multiple choice, pop culture trivia, potpourri, because I have a whole bunch of leftover questions from topics far long ago. All right. This first one is Top Gun trivia. Thomas? Now, we're talking the original Top Gun, not the new one. Okay, so this is the first.
Okay.
All right. What does Maverick do with Goose's dog tags at the end of the film? I get the feeling Gina knows this one, but Thomas, it's your question. Is it A, he throws them into the ocean? Is it B, he gives them to Goose's wife? Is it C, he places them in a loose leaf labeled Precious Memories? Or D, he sells them on a Top Gun fan page and donates the money to Scientology?
Okay, I got to go with A.
A, throws them into the ocean.
Well, there you
Could
go.
have saved him for his son, and he didn't.
He didn't. Does that come up in the sequel?
No.
Should
I've never watched Top Gun.
Me neither.
Thomas, shame on you.
I'm sorry.
I believe it's 1-0 for Thomas, and now Gina gets the question.
Gina?
Yeah.
Bill Paxton trivia.
Yes.
Left over. What was the nickname given to Paxton because of his crazed sense of humor and his love for elaborate pranks?
Okay.
Was it A, Twister, B, Wild Bill, C, Restraining Order Willie, or D, Acid Bath Billy?
Well, I'm going to go with the obvious answer of Wild Bill.
That is correct.
It's 1-1.
Shoot.
Thomas controls the question.
All right. Thomas.
Okay.
Roadhouse trivia.
I've seen that.
Okay.
You've seen that and you haven't seen Top Gun, Thomas?
I'm sorry.
This is just trash talk, Thomas.
Okay, your thing you have to do for me if I win is you have to watch Top Gun, okay?
Don't let it throw you.
Both of them?
Yes.
Yes, both of them. All right.
Okay.
All right. Roadhouse trivia. When Dalton, that's Patrick Swayze, when Dalton first shows up at the Double Deuce, what is carved into the post that he stands next to at the end of the bar? Is it A, for a good time, call 867-5309, B, Buddy's Corner, C, Kilroy was here, or D, I am a tiny potato and I believe in you. You can do anything.
I don't know. I'm going to go with Kilroy was here.
Kilroy was here. That is your answer? Incorrect.
Oh, Gina gets a chance to steal.
What was B?
Buddy's Corner.
Yes.
Buddy's Corner is correct. Buddy is Swayze's nickname.
All right. Gina now controls the question.
I control everything.
And oh, God. And she has a chance to steal. She's drunk with power, ladies and
It
gentlemen.
certainly is. Christopher Lee trivia.
Okay.
This happened while you were gone. In which 1962 film did Christopher Lee play Sherlock Holmes?
Okay.
Was it A, The Hound of the Baskervilles, B, Deduce You Say, C, Sherlock Holmes and the Mystery of the Shropshire Slasher, or D, Sherlock Holmes and the Deadly Necklace?
I don't know, but I like Hound of the Baskervilles, so I'm going Hound of the Baskervilles.
Okay.
Oh, Thomas, you get a chance to steal and tie the game.
Thomas?
Could you repeat the...
All right. In which 1962 film did Christopher Lee play Sherlock Holmes? Was it A, Hound of the Baskervilles? We know that's not it. B, Deduce You Say. C, Sherlock Holmes and the Mystery of the Shropshire Slasher. Or D, Sherlock Holmes and the Deadly Necklace?
I'm going to go with the last one.
Deadly Necklace is correct.
All right, Thomas, you have tied the game.
Wow.
And you control the question. It's your chance now to win.
All right, let's see.
All right, nice easy one.
All right. Well,
what?
I wish I could help you.
Love him a
I
softball.
control it, right?
You do.
I control it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
John Wayne trivia. That happened while you were gone too, Gina.
Marion Morrison?
Oh, look at you. What was John Wayne's production company called? Was it A, Wayne's World Productions, B, Big Got Prod Co. Big Gut. Big Gut.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fat Jack, or D, the John Birch Society?
Well, I know it's not D.
Okay.
How about C.
That, Jack, is correct.
And Thomas, you win the game. 3-2. Congratulations. You have you'll receive Jack White tickets.
Yes.
How do you feel?
Thanks. I feel great. I'm giving them to my fellow teachers and take them with me.
Oh, nice.
That's
That's
nice.
very nice.
All right, well, hang on the line. We'll tell you how to get your...
Oh, the teachers are behind you.
Is that who that was making all that noise?
They're going. They're making noise.
I was going to blame the kids, but there you go. Thank you, teachers. All right. Hang on the line and we'll get your information. Congratulations, Thomas.
Listen, I have to go.
Yes.
There's a big fat sausage with my name on it.
Oh, good. I'm jealous. All right. Big point news. And diminuendo brought to you
I'm
by
picturing a sausage that says Johnny-Ola on it.
Big fat one.
Mm-hmm.
Take an unforgettable cross-country adventure into the hidden wonders of the natural world, into America's Wild 3D. Visit some of the most beautiful but untamed landscapes of America, now playing in Clark Planetarium's IMAX Theater.
Oh, thank you.
3 talented local cake artists teamed up to compete on and win Food Network Canada's The Big Bake.
Really?
And their episode can now be viewed in the United States.
Oh.
Jennifer Vesper, Ermelie Miller, and Mandy Clifford had never competed together before. There they are at x96.com/live. 3 lovely women. But their combined talents created an impressive, dynamic, I wonder if we had the picture of the cake, 4-foot cake in the shape of a blue ribbon pig holding carnival tickets and spinning on one leg. Next to the pig, a 5-foot cake in the shape of a popcorn machine that was blowing popcorn made of wafer paper, according to Vesper. I saw the picture of that, and it's
impressive.
The popcorn machine is particularly impressive. It looks very realistic.
Is it cake?
The pig is kind of a, it's obviously doing something that a pig would not do. So it's not quite as impressive to me as that. God, that looks. As a matter of fact, I thought it was a real popcorn machine. The masterpiece stood on a 2.5-foot platform, requiring the women to use a ladder to decorate parts of the cake. Said Vesper, who herself is only 5 feet tall. At the time of the filming, as back in January of 2021, the Canadian borders were closed due to the pandemic. Vesper said in order to enter the country, they had to be hired as contract workers so that they would be considered essential workers. The women had to sign an agreement not to participate in anything recreationally while they were there and were required to quarantine in their hotel rooms for 14 days following their arrival. During those 2 weeks, they used DoorDash and room service for food and could step out onto their balconies to get some fresh air, but that's it for 14 days.
Wow.
Vesper says she spent her time running in circles on her tiptoes as quietly as she could to prevent gaining weight before going on TV. She also binge-watched episodes of The Big Bake to prepare. So if you get a chance, look at the cake. It's quite remarkable. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's daughter is going into wrestling, and people are giving her a hard time about the name she's chosen, her wrestling name. Everybody says, well, you should call yourself Pebble. Because your dad's The Rock. You should be Pebble.
Yeah.
Well, she said, I don't want to do that.
Well, what is her name?
She said, it's Ava Raine.
Okay, that's better.
Ava Raine, R-A-I-N-E.
Honestly, that's better than Pebble.
I'm disappointed that you won't be known as the Pebble, said somebody. That's nonsense, she clapped back. I beg of you guys, find a new joke. Anything, she said. Nothing in this category having to do with rocks, please. Simone went on to note that she could build her entire career around her father, and people would still bash me anyway.
Yep.
Draper City is thinking of banning or regulating, rather, Airbnbs because of a fatal shooting. Linnell Holman and Alana Hall had been renting 2 rooms in their house on Airbnb since 2019. It's a good way to practice entrepreneurship on a really small scale before going into something big, said Hall. This is relatively low risk for an entrepreneurial venture, and you learn how to communicate with customers and deal with problems. Learning marketing and tax resources, tax discounts, and housekeeping, said Holman. But shortly after a shooting at another Airbnb in Draper, 2 people were dead, and Mayor Troy Walker said in a city council meeting, I want to ban Airbnbs altogether.
Well, that seems
The banning idea was mine, he said. It was sort of a kind of knee-jerk reaction to the double homicide, we said. Now, he says, I went too far with that.
Yes.
And he said, but we should regulate them in some way. St. George and other cities regulate their Airbnbs. Heretofore, we have not done anything, so we need to have some
There's some
regulation.
other, I mean, aside from this, there's reasons to regulate them because it's kind of bad for neighborhoods when you have a lot of Airbnbs in your neighborhoods and a lot of strange people coming and going. And
you don't want strange people in your neighborhood.
well, no, just...
I don't want strange people in my neighborhood. Stay out. I'd like to have fences on either end of the street. Keep the strange people out. J.D. Vance wants to ban pornography, and he wants to he wants to ban pornography because he says pornography and abortion are responsible for the low birth rates and a generation that isn't getting married.
No, you know what's responsible for the low birth rates is it's so expensive to have kids.
Vance won Ohio State's Republican primary earlier this month after being endorsed by Trump. He said, here's his statement after Uvalde, Texas mass shooting. Vance blamed a lack of familial support. We need to address the culture of fatherlessness. Same thing Mike Lee said.
It's all the same old lies.
And then finally this story.
Yeah.
The overpopulation crisis, well, apparently there isn't one. But if there is one, it could be resolved within 50 years thanks to the evolution of virtual children.
Oh.
One of Britain's leading artificial intelligence experts said.
Carrie has one of those.
Computer-generated babies. Would they all be named Tamagotchi?
I was going to say, that's what this is.
Yeah, computer-generated babies that cost about $25 a month are likely to become commonplace in 2070, said Catriona Campbell. In addition to her expertise in AI, she's also crazy. Campbell is one of the UK's top authorities on emerging and disruptive technology. Virtual parenting, you will interact with your offspring through AR glasses and hepatic gloves. That means gloves that, have movement. And,
people really want to do that?
I don't think so. The virtual babies will cost nothing to feed, take up no space, and remain healthy as long as they're programmed to live. This is Tamagotchi.
Sounds great to me.
And there are people who did the Tamagotchis who felt really bad if they died.
Yeah.
It's interesting how the people did get kind of attached.
Oh, they did, yeah.
Yeah.
This is just a game. It's not replacing anything.
No.
It's just a game.
Yeah. No, I don't think that that we're going to have digital children.
No. Sports, weather, traffic.
I have sports DUIs, a couple of them for you.
Yay.
Jordan Mattingly. Does that last name ring a bell?
He's Don Mattingly.
Don Mattingly's son.
Baseball?
Baseball?
Yeah. Was arrested. He was driving drunk at more than 3 times the legal driving limit in Indiana. Now, that's not super unusual, but officers responded after receiving 5 911 calls from motorists who saw an SUV hit a median in the road, causing a tire to come off and the vehicle to smoke. Now, at that point, you think, well, he pulls over. No, he drove the car without a tire and smoking to a car dealership where he got out of the car and went inside and tried to sell the car.
Well, he's just being practical.
You want to buy my car because he was driving drunk, and maybe if I can sell it quick before the cops get here, they won't.
It's not my car. It's not my car.
I think this is creative thinking.
And then former WWE wrestling star remains behind bars without bond. Tamra Seich, and I don't know what her wrestling name is, was driving drunk in Ormond Beach in March. and she caused a deadly crash, a chain reaction crash. Her blood alcohol level was more than 3 times the legal limit.
I looked up her wrestling name. It's the Pebble.
The Pebble?
Well, maybe take it.
So don't be sports and drink and drive, please. Tonight, the Salt Lake Bees against the Tacoma Rainiers. It's 6:30 tonight, and it's family night. You can get 4 tickets for $20. Regular hot dogs and fountain drinks are 50% off.
Woo!
That's your sports weather. A beautiful night for a baseball game. Probably couldn't be better. 75 and sunny.
Nice.
Lovely evening. We gradually warm up, though. We're going to be close to 90 by Friday, it looks like. Traffic, we have a crash on the connector ramp from westbound I-80 to go I-15 southbound. 2 left lanes are blocked, and the ramp over the Spaghetti Bowl. Traffic is backed up to State Street on westbound 80. Crash, I-15 southbound at Parish Lane in Centerville. The right lane and shoulder are blocked, and traffic is backing up into Farmington. Looks like those are the only issues we have right now, but if you see something, you can text us 33986. Sojo Summerfest kicks off this weekend with the Sojo Music Festival Friday and Saturday night. 2 live bands per night, including 1964 Tribute, a Beatles tribute band, followed by a spectacular fireworks show. It's all free. Bring the family. Find out more at sjcsummerfest.com.
All right, we will take a break. Things that must go right after these. Stand by.
When Carrie...
living at our studio up in Ogden. We had Farnsworth, the cat, and Farnsworth just had the run of the place, and there were a lot of mice in the building, so he kept the mice down. And Farnsworth was he was really a great cat for the most part. He was almost jet black.
Had a broken tail.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He had a crooked tail.
Yep.
And Farnsworth went missing once around Halloween. And
Very nervous.
And our owner was certain that the Satanists had got him.
Well, sure.
You know what? The Satanists have got him. We got to make sure next year we keep him in if we find him. He did turn up, but he was fine. And then I don't know whatever happened to Farnsworth. I think he finally just
they don't
went
live
off.
forever.
Yeah, I think he just finally went off somewhere. And
I think once the sale happened, I think Tom took Farnsworth home.
Did he? Oh,
yeah.
Maybe you're right.
Because I know that the a-hole from El Paso didn't want the cat around.
No. So, it works better alliteratively if we can really say the word.
Yeah, I know.
From El Paso.
But, the nation is 9 years old, so I can't.
Yeah. So just say that to yourself in your head. It sounds better.
I did. It's there.
But anyway, back to this little horse. And then, so the other animal we had was a burro. For some reason, we thought it would be a good idea to adopt a burro from the Grand Canyon. And those wild burro and the BLM had these programs where you could adopt a burro. And so we went and we adopted this little burro, and we named him Buster, and he was the KJQ burro. No, that's not the right picture. No.
They don't know
They assume that I'm talking about animals. That's an animal picture. That's for later on.
Different animal.
Yeah.
Did you have a picture accompanying the story?
No, I did not. So anyway, we adopted this burro, Buster, and he was a donkey. And it is true what they say about donkeys.
They're stubborn.
They're the worst.
Yeah. And he was we thought it would be fun to take him around to events. Well, it wasn't.
No.
Because he was stubborn. We had a horse trailer that the owner of the property had that we could use, but to try and get him into the horse trailer was just almost impossible because he didn't want to go.
Of course.
And you could pull on him, and he would dig himself in, and he just. But so one year we're having this parade. I think it was the Thanksgiving Day parade. It was the Christmas parade on the day after Thanksgiving in Ogden. I think they still do it, and that's when Santa comes right after Thanksgiving, and they have this little parade. Anyway, so we're going to take Buster and have him be in the parade, or maybe it was the 24th of July parade. I don't remember. Yeah, it was. It was the 24th of July parade. So we finally get Buster in the trailer, and we take him up to Washington Boulevard, which wasn't very far, and we park the trailer, and we open the back door of the trailer, and Buster, the burro, is like almost upside down with his feet sticking in the air. Now, we didn't know anything about it. Like, he wasn't tied in properly or something. And so he's upside down, all four legs sticking in the air, and I go, Tom goes, "Oh my God, he's dead! He's dead!" And he did. He looked like he was dead. His eyes were glazed over. His tongue was hanging out. Well, there was this cowboy who was there, because he was going to ride his horses in the parade, and he came, "What's going on here?" And our burro is dead. And the cowboy looks in there and he goes, "Hell, he ain't dead." And he grabbed that burro and just dragged him out of the trailer, and Buster kind of staggered to his feet.
He's fine.
He's fine. He ain't
Walk
dead.
it off. Cowboy up.
Yeah, I mean, and we, it's just like he said, when you take him home, you got to tie him in there so he doesn't fall down. Oh,
because they're dumb.
Well, and we thought he could just stand there and balance.
No,
no. So that
he could have been hurt bad.
Yeah, he could have. Yeah. I mean, he did look dead. I mean, I think his tongue was hanging out, and if he'd stayed like that, he probably would have died. But the cowboy, "Oh hell, he ain't dead." and then so we walked him in the parade.
Okay. It's 8:47. Things that must go now. Brought to you by.
Pick 3 services for $99 at Young Chevrolet in Layton. Options include oil change, tire rotation, brake check, multi-point inspection, alignment check, wiper blades, engine air filter, or AC system check. Learn more at youngchev.com.
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
Oh, you can't stand these things anymore. They bug you so much. You think, I got to get them out of my life. Maybe if I send the things that must go to Radio from Hell at x96.com and they read mine on the radio, I'll feel better, certainly, and then maybe these things will disappear from my life. So do that. Send your must goes to Radio from Hell at x96.com. Put must go in the subject line. Carrie?
Oh, okay. I can start. First of all, some from the foot of Mount Doom, where the struggle bus is permanently parked.
The struggle bus.
Avocados that seem ripe enough, then you cut into them.
Yep. You don't know till you open
and they
them.
aren't. So now you've wasted that avocado because it'll never get ripe without completely turning brown. Yeah. So there's that. And also thing that must go, racist Star Wars and Star Trek fans.
That's a boner candidate today.
Oh, good. Thank you. All right. Let's see. This one from Chris. Hi, my name is Chris. What must go are people who smile in their mugshots.
I did a bad thing.
Let's talk to these people, shall we?
Yeah, let's try to reason with them, Chris. I've never understood why people would ever smile while being arrested. Are they concerned about people they know seeing them unhappy in jail? Are they proud of what they did? Do they not understand the gravity of their situation? This confuses me. I really must know why people do this and then ban it from happening again. Thanks for letting me listen, Chris. And this one from Shane. He has a very impassioned, very long paragraph about what must go as assault rifles.
Yeah.
And it's just, we agree with you, Shane, but, thank you. Gina.
Let's see. This is from Ben. Thing that must go is the person conducting funeral services that doesn't take the time to know who the service is for or how to pronounce their name properly.
That's not good.
It's very disrespectful to the family, let alone to the person the funeral is for. Just take a second and make sure before. Let's see. Long line of cars holding up traffic on 21st South and Sugar House waiting for Chick-fil-A. Isn't this a fire hazard? Every day there is a long line, some days worse than others, probably because they have double point day or something. Chick-fil-A needs to figure out a different drive-through parking situation. It's bad at lunchtime in Sugar House. And then this one from Jason. A couple of things that must go. When I text someone with a question and the only reply I get is that they like my text. They don't answer my question. They just like that I texted it. I'm glad you liked it, but would you please answer my damn question? Then finally this, when you order curly fries and all you seem to get is a box with 1 or 2 long curly fries in it, and the rest is just a bunch of small curly fry pieces that settle at the bottom of the box. Those small fry pieces are hard to eat and very unsatisfying. I want more long curly fries. Thank you, Jason.
I have one of my own. I might have said this before, but I continues to bug me if I did say it before. People who use crosswalks, the crosswalks that have those caution lights that you can press a button and then the caution lights start. And they don't use the caution light. They just use the crosswalk. They don't push that button and use the thing which would make it safer. That really bugs me. This is from somebody. These are some things that bug me this time of year after year. This time, year after year, and they need to go. Prom. Don't complain to me about upcoming costs of college for your kid when you just spent over $1,000 alone for a limo for prom night.
Oh, God.
Jeez.
Sending graduation announcements to people you don't even know, who don't even know the graduate. Sorry, Karen, we're coworkers, but I've never met your kid. Graduation announcements, which are addressed and sent by the parent. I'm not that old, but I still remember addressing and sending them myself. If your kids want a gift, then make them step up and address the announcements. Is that the only reason you send a graduation announcement?
Yeah, you
is
want,
to get
you
a gift?
money.
Well, that must go.
Yeah.
Let's see. Receiving wedding announcements after the event with a URL link to the couple's gift registry.
Oh, that's terrible.
But not receiving an invitation to the actual wedding or reception.
We don't want you there. We just want a present.
Receiving a last-minute wedding invitation via email by a coworker. Yes, your email stated that myself and others are receiving this because you didn't have our addresses. Could you not have sent an earlier email asking for our addresses? Couples who have a destination wedding but then get upset when people reply they can't attend due to time and financial obligations. Have your wedding wherever you want to, but no, I'm not going to spend vacation time and money to fly to Costa Rica, Hawaii, Cobble, or anywhere else to attend. And finally, couples who have their wedding in unique locations, like the top of a mountain or a high mountain lake. Don't get upset, but they do because everybody is so selfish and nobody can figure out a way to get grandpa or grandma up there. I feel better already. Thanks for letting me listen, JJ.
Things that must go on the radio.
You know that last one there about, you want me to do traffic?
Would you please?
First? Sure. Real quick. Crash on the connector ramp, westbound I-80 to go I-15 southbound. 2 left lanes are blocked on the flyover ramp over the Spaghetti Bowl. Traffic is backed up to State Street on westbound I-80. That's traffic.
All right. Weddings in unique locations.
So a couple things about that. So, I went to a wedding recently, and it was kind of in a wooded, forested area. And I'll retell this story because it's funny, well, sort of funny. Aunt Claudia needed a wheelchair. She had one of those things that you kneel on when you've had like foot surgery.
Little scooter.
Yeah.
Thing.
And we're like, we can't get her to the wedding ceremony on that. We need to find her a wheelchair. And this was in a tiny mountain town in California. And we thought, well, a hotel will have it. They usually have a wheelchair. No, they didn't have a wheelchair. Well, maybe the local fire department or something will have a wheelchair. They didn't have a wheelchair. So my cousin saw a lady on the side of the road selling Trump flags.
Yes.
But she had a broken leg. And he thought, I wonder if she has a wheelchair I can borrow. He pulled over and asked her if she had a wheelchair. And he's a police officer, so he could show her his badge so she didn't think he was
And he explained the situation.
Yeah, and she's like, "Yeah, I got a wheelchair at my house." So he went to her house, and he said, "I'll pay you $50, and I'll bring it back tomorrow." And he rented a wheelchair.
A destination wedding.
But the point being, getting married in a place that's difficult for people to go to.
I have been to one destination wedding in my life. Yours.
Yeah.
In Hawaii.
Yeah.
And only because it was yours. I don't think I would go to a destination wedding.
And I am such a dedicated, loyal employee of this radio station. I made my wedding a radio station event.
Oh, Carrie, I know it. I went to another destination
Been
wedding.
to two, and that was mine.
I went to yours in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Which was totally unnecessary. And I told everybody.
I know it was, but I thought, well, this is my partner on the radio. It's not going to be any skin off my nose to
fly down, fly back.
Get on a plane. I don't think I even stayed overnight.
I did a show the morning of my wedding because I felt bad about taking time off for my wedding.
Wish I could have done a show on the morning of my wedding.
Like, what am I doing here? Yes, Katie, who's getting married in October.
That's true.
Wait, hang on.
Hang on, sorry.
Oh, wasn't prepared. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, considering my wedding's coming up this year, I plan on taking days off, and I will not be here. Nick will most likely be covering for me.
You should.
Because that's way too much stress for me with everything that I am already doing. Because
Well, let me just say this, Katie. Right now, you're fired, okay? You're fired.
I'd love to hold you to that. Let's see you do the show tomorrow without me.
Exactly. She's got a good point.
Don't threaten me with a good time, she
Right.
says.
Never mind.
But nevertheless, I will be taking days off.
All right, thank you, Kate. All right. We will take a break. We will be back. Oh, it's Frank Christ Presents. They're fine. They're just fine. Coming up after some messages and a song. Very short song, by the way. And what is our prize?
Our prize is AWOL Nation tickets. They're coming to the complex on October 6th.
AWOL Nation tickets, if you can successfully play a game about dead celebrities with Frank Christ.
Yeah.
They're fine. They're just fine. 877-602-9696. Ranlife.com/X96.
Yeah, ranlife.com/X96. If you go there, you will just request a free analysis of how Ranlife can save you monthly money on mortgage rates. With a massive increase in home value, it's a great time to look at your home equity and the high interest debts that you have to possibly consolidate everything into one tax-deductible payment with Ranlife Home Loans. I did this several years ago, did a loan like that, and I was able to do a whole remodel on the upper floor of my house. Ranlife they're great to deal with, by the way. I've done a couple of refinances with Ranlife, and it's always just gone smooth as silk. Absolutely wonderful. If you visit ranlife.com/X96, there's no commitment to doing it. There's no obligation. Just ask for a free analysis at ranlife.com/X96.
Time once again for one of our new regular features. It's called
Hello, Sailor Boys!
I have sailor mail from Festus, who's at boot camp at the Recruit Training Command in Great Lakes, Illinois. It says,
Festus is Gina's son, ladies and gentlemen. Most of you know that, but it doesn't help to reset.
"Hey, Mama, 19 days till graduation. I've been a lot busier the last few days, and being busy makes it more bearable living with 90 18 to 25-year-old males. It's usually hard enough just living with myself. We passed our bunk makeup and personnel inspections almost flawlessly and are currently at the top of our training group."
Now wait, so they inspect their bunk, they inspect their makeup, and they have training sessions. I didn't know they wore makeup.
Apparently.
the camouflage makeup,
Our drill or marching inspection is in 2 days, so we've been marching for at least 2 hours a day to practice for the coming week. Next week, we're going to do guns. You know how much I love guns. USA, USA. And the week after that, firefighting training. We're pretty much on our way to being the cat's pajamas, but like in a cool military way. Last night for dinner, we had pulled pork and potatoes, too, so you could say it could be worse. Yeah. By the way, I think Pulled Pork and Pistols should be the next Clint Eastwood movie, probably, if he hasn't died already. Has he? I want to know everyone who's died since I've been here. I missed the news. I really went from 0 to 100 knowing everything that was going on, coming here and knowing diddly squat. So give me the headlines. By the way, I appreciate the friends of the program that have sent me letters telling me what's going on, too. I love you so much, and I can't wait to see you when I get out. And the mountains. I also want to see the mountains. Sorry if you haven't gotten my letters. The Navy's mid-pandemic postal service is not up to par, but I'm getting more of them recently. P.S. I know my handwriting is atrocious, but really, who is expecting any more than that? Love, Festus. I also got a message from his wife yesterday who said, has Festus called you today? No, I haven't talked to him. He hasn't called me the whole time he's been gone. He gets a few phone calls, and they always go to his wife.
Mm-hmm. How long has he been gone now?
He left on July 26th.
Okay.
So, I said, no, he didn't call me today. Why? Is anything wrong? And she said, well, I was driving and I missed his call, and I'm wondering if he called you instead. I said, no, I didn't hear from him. Let me know, because they have scheduled calls, so you're close to your phone when it's supposed to happen. And she texted me a little while later, and she said, well, he was supposed to get a long phone call from me, but someone in his division thought it'd be funny to put shaving cream in somebody else's boot, and so the whole division didn't get their phone calls. Really?
Those swabbies, those jacktars.
Really? This far in, we're still doing stuff like...
That's what you do when you sail the 7 seas.
So, they punished the entire unit?
Yes.
Because one guy?
Yes.
Yes, because you are supposed to be as one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be that one guy.
So
I saw
imagine?
Full Metal Jacket. I know how they take it out on you, you know?
Can you imagine saying, I get to call my wife, I haven't talked to my wife in a week, and I get a 5-minute window of a phone call, and they take it away from me because some jerk in my division decides to fill a boot with shaving cream.
I saw what happened.
The Navy for you.
I saw what happened to Vincent D'Onofrio in Full Metal Jacket. The socks with soap in them, you know.
Yeah.
And they hold him down, and I don't want to be that guy.
No.
Well, don't join, and don't put cream in anybody's boot.
No.
Well.
But I want to thank friends of the program again. I got lots of letters for Festus that I've been printing off and sending to him, and yes, he appreciates the news, as he keeps saying. It would be hard, like for us, we do this every day, and we are very involved in the news. Can you imagine being, I know Carrie tries to go on blackout sometimes, but can you imagine being not even having access to the news if you wanted it? Like, you have no idea.
It would be delightful.
You think so, but it would drive me crazy.
Well, it's like I said, it's because of what I do for a living that I'm paying attention to things. If I was not doing what I do for, this radio show and Geek Show podcast, I wouldn't pay attention to most of that stuff.
Yeah, I would let a lot of stuff slide.
I think I would just let it all go, you know?
But I had to write him a letter and tell him Chadwick Boseman died.
Oh, you didn't know about that?
You had to?
Well, no, that's what he wants to know. He's like, I need to know who died. Tell me who died.
Stop. He thinks he wants to know that. Keep it from him. Hide the ugly truth. How's he going to go on now that he knows that Chadwick Boseman is gone?
And Wilford Brimley. I told him about Wilford Brimley.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, that one was okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, this has been
Hello, Sailor Boy!
on X96.
So if you have a son in the Navy and would like us to read his letters on the air, please send them to radiofromhell@x96.com.
I got you a cup of hot cocoa here.
The lights have gone dim.
Warm you up.
Is that Swiss Miss?
Yeah.
With marshmallows?
Mini marshmallows.
The lights have gone dim, and a chill has descended upon the Radio from Hell studio. A ghostly visage with a death-like pallor approaches, astride a deathly white electric scooter. It's the one, the only, Frank Chris. Good morning, Frank.
How is everyone? How are you feeling, everyone?
I'm fine.
You fine?
I'm fine, just fine.
Oh, everyone's okay.
I'm really fine. And don't forget it. It's time to play a game that we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
We have a contestant on the phone now.
Travis is on the phone.
Hi, Travis.
Hi, hello.
Travis, how you feeling?
Feeling good.
No, you're fine. You're just fine. Ask him again, Frank.
I'm making a note. Travis, how you feeling?
Fine, just fine.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Yeah.
Now, Travis, we're going to play with you. We're going to play They're Fine, Just Fine. It's the game where you have to discern which one of these celebrities are alive and which one, only one of them, is dead. The one Frank has taken.
3 are fine, 1 I've met.
A precious celebrity Frank had to take. I know Frank doesn't like to do it, but
Dude, I love our precious celebrities.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. These 4 people are all Saturday Night Live cast members. Rather obscure Saturday Night Live cast members, but nonetheless, cast members. Here we go. The first one, A. Whitney Brown is his name. A. Whitney Brown. He was on Saturday Night Live as a main cast member for 6 seasons. B is Abby Elliott, a main cast member of Saturday Night Live for 4 seasons. C is John Rudnitsky, a main cast member for only 1 season. And D is George Coe, a cast member for only 1 season. Which one has gone? Which one is no longer with us?
Those really are obscure. I'm going to go with A. Whitney Brown.
A. Whitney Brown is incorrect. I'm sorry. A. Whitney Brown is still very much alive.
He's fine.
He's
fine.
Yes. 6 seasons he was on Saturday Night Live between 1986 and 1991.
I think you should give
Give
Travis
him another
chance.
All right, Travis, here we go. I'll give you another chance. You ready?
Yeah.
Is it Abby Elliott, John Rudnitsky, or George Coe?
George Coe.
Wow.
You got it. Absolutely. Only 1 season on Saturday Night Live in 1975. He died in 2015 at the age of 86. Coe, among many other credits, was in an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, and he was the voice of Woodhouse on Archer.
Boy, Travis, you have an encyclopedic knowledge of
No, he doesn't. Not at all.
SNL cast. Why couldn't you have used John Belushi? That would have been the perfect one.
Gee, I wonder if anybody would have thought John Belushi was still alive, Gina.
I was sad about
was a little teased.
I didn't want to take George Coast simply because of his work on Archer.
Yes. Apparently, he was quite a major character on
He was
Archer.
Woodhouse Archer's butler, his
yeah.
manservant.
And I understand I didn't watch Archer, but the last season concerned the death of Woodhouse.
It was all about him. And it was my fault.
Why couldn't I have done John Belushi? Geez, I wonder if anybody would have known. Well, Travis, you've won the tickets, and congratulations. And Frank,
Yes?
I just want to thank you for not taking those others. I'm glad that they're.
You're glad A. Whitney Brown is still around?
Yes, he's very talented.
Very talented.
You could have done Phil Hartman. What about Phil Hartman?
Everybody knows.
So? Are we pretending this is a hard contest?
Yeah, it is. It's meant to be hard. It's only 4 friggin' names.
Please, Gina, don't upset
Gilda
him.
Radner. What about Gilda?
It's meant to be difficult.
Don't upset him, Gina.
And then the joke is, Frank's going to take me any minute now. Frank, as a matter of fact, please, take me now.
It doesn't work that way.
Just take me now.
I don't like it when Mommy and Daddy fight. Hang on, Travis.
Travis, hang on.
I'll tell you how to get the ticket.
All right, Frank. Thank you. Frank, I don't know who you're planning to visit, right, or who you've been assigned to visit now, but if you'd like to take me, please, just do it now.
Well, I'd love to, but Pat Boone's 88 today.
Oh, well.
Morgan Freeman's 85.
More power to you with Pat Boone there.
I don't want to take Brian Cox yet. I need another season of Succession.
That's true.
He's
Yeah.
76
No,
today.
leave him be.
How about Ronnie Wood from the Rolling Stones? 75?
Oh, he's a young 70.
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's just fine. Yeah.
He's working pretty hard on tour, though. I don't know.
That's true.
All right, Frank, thank you very much. We'll have you back tomorrow to play another round of Frank Christ Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye. As he waves his scythe in the air as he goes off on his electric scooter. He's one of the minor reapers, isn't he?
Well,
He takes celebrities, though.
well, specialties. You know, the major reapers take most of the people. And, you know, this is a subcategory.
Yeah.
It's a very special category.
You know, there are reapers who take people who die in wars, and you know,
Oh, that's a lot of work.
yeah, that's really hard work. Frank is, you know, he gets to hobnob with celebrities.
He'll have like busy weekends, and then you know.
Yeah.
Norm Macdonald. You could have done Norm Macdonald.
Gina, nobody. There's a reason that nobody ever assigns you to do anything.
Chris Farley.
Nobody ever assigns you to do anything.
What about Charles Rocket?
Charles.
He's still with us.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, you looked into it?
Yes.
Oh, good. I thought he was gone.
No, I don't believe so.
Jan Hooks.
Jan is not with us.
Jan
That's true. Jan Hooks.
Well, that would have been a little closer to what we do here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Gina, if you would like to do it, please, please. Do you know how much? Do you know how much of my time this takes? Too much. I'd be happy to have you do it. Just take it over.
Well,
Just you do it.
you've only got a couple more days, so don't worry about it.
That's true.
Let's see. Frank is in the chat room now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Minor Reaper? Who else hangs with our precious celebrities that is minor?
It's true.
Well, that's true.
Well, we're just talking about your workload, Frank.
Yeah.
You know.
He has he's got the easy track, really, except for the sadness of having to.
The precious celebrities.
Yeah.
All right. We will take a break. We will be back. Big Boy News and Opinnuendo coming up. Stand by for that. Oh, brooklinen.com. Don't miss out on Brooklinen's Memorial Day sale. I think today is the last day, so you may want to head to brooklinen.com and take a look at all the money you're going to save. I think all of the prices are marked down there. It's time to swap out that stuffy winter bedding Brooklinen has you covered. There's nothing like sleeping with the windows open, the light, moisture-wicking linen, crisp, cooling, classic sheets. And then once you try the sheets, that's how they get you. That's how they get you hooked, is with the sheets. Then you'll expand. Mm-hmm. And like me, your habit will become increased with the bath collection. I love the Brooklinen bath collection. The towels. They have these super plush towels that are like big, thick spa towels that are just terrific. And the beach towels, and they change the patterns all the time and the designs. So it's just great. You need to go and take a look at it. Don't miss out on Brooklinen's Memorial Day sale. It's here. But if you miss this sale, if you're listening on the podcast, don't worry. You can still save. Visit brooklinen.com and use the promo code X96 for $20 off of your purchase of $100 or more. That's BROOKLINEN.com and the promo code X96.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! We join our elders as they pursue leads given them by Zone Leader Hansen. This episode finds elders Christiansen and Jensen trying to catch up to a rather well-known starship.
Captain, scanners show 2 small one-man craft closing fast.
Captain, they're hailing us.
Analysis, Mr. Spock.
Readings coming in now, sir. 2 single-occupant warp-capable 10-speed bikes.
Spock, enough with the details. Who are they?
There is a 99.7% probability they are LDS missionaries.
Mr. Sulu, go to red alert. Evasive maneuvers. Arm photon torpedoes.
Aye, Captain.
No good, Captain. They're still closing in on us. Mr. Sulu, ready phasers.
Phasers ready, sir.
Damn it, Jim. Don't you think that Starfleet would disapprove of you blasting away at unarmed missionaries?
As much as I hate to agree with the so-called doctor, I believe his logic is sound on this matter.
Oh, bite me, you pointy-eared half-breed.
Bones, that's enough. Report, Mr. Sulu.
While you and the others were bickering about our strategy, we were boarded by the missionaries.
Mr. Sulu, where are they now?
Turbo lift number 7 en route to the bridge.
Hi, my name is Elder Christiansen, and this is my companion, Elder Jensen. We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
We're here to ask you if you've ever heard of our church, and if so, would you like to know more?
Spock, what does the computer have on these Mormons?
Fascinating, Captain. Church founded in the 19th century, has grown steadily since, preach a belief system involving an eternal afterlife, and encourage their members to abstain from drugs, including caffeine, gambling, and sex outside of marriage.
Elder Christiansen, is this accurate?
Yep, the pointy-eared half-breed is fairly accurate.
No sex outside of marriage. My God, how barbaric. We wouldn't be able to fill an entire hour of TV time if I didn't stop to have sex with green, large-breasted women with blue hair every week.
It would cause some difficulties for the riders, Captain.
Spock, see if you can sneak around behind them and use the Vulcan nerve pinch on them.
Excuse me, elders, but you seem to have some lint on the shoulders of your dark suits. Let me be of assistance.
Quick, put them on their bikes and beam them into deep space.
Could this be the end of our elders? Would Starfleet really frown upon firing photon torpedoes at missionaries? Why was Dr. McCoy always hanging out on the bridge when he should have been in sickbay? Find out the answers to these and other questions on the next nerve-pinching episode of Space Elders!
All right, 9:21. And it's time for Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by
Sojo Summerfest kicks off this weekend with Sojo Music Festival Friday and Saturday night. 2 live bands per night, including the 1964 Beatles tribute band, followed by a spectacular fireworks show. It's all free. Bring the family. Find out more at sjcsummerfest.com.
Well, you know, Gina, I had that list for you the other day, the 20 best house dresses for women to lounge in. Even better for you, nap dresses are all the rage.
Yes.
Nap dress.
I love a nap dress. I have a nap dress.
Well, I've got a whole bunch of them here. I'll just forward this to you.
Please.
I mean, you might really like a sleeveless smock dress.
I don't love a sleeveless.
No?
No.
You wanna keep your arms warm?
Yeah.
How about the Free People Mockingbird maxi dress?
Yes, that sounds perfect.
Apparently, you have to, just looking at this picture, you have to wear it to bed while you're wearing white boots as well.
Well, there's no shoes in naps.
Well, there is. That's what the model's
sense.
showing me. So anyway, nap dresses for you, Gina. That's what you need.
I'm a fan of the nap dress.
Gina, have you ever wanted to scare a mouse?
Well, yeah. Remember, I have a mouse problem at the
Well, you
farm.
wanted to kill them, but you can scare you know how you scare a male mouse? This sounds like a joke, doesn't it?
It does. I read this.
Hey, you want to know how to scare
How?
them? Well, a banana. Use a banana.
Now, is this like cats that are scared of cucumbers? Is it like that?
I haven't heard that.
I saw that one. It's one of the weirder scientific discoveries in a while. Scientists accidentally found that mice are afraid of bananas, but only male mice, and particularly virgin male mice.
How do you know?
These are mice that have not reproduced.
How do you
see them? They're all together playing Dungeons and Dragons, and
Yeah,
that's
right.
Glasses,
It seems that bananas give off the same scent that female mice emit when they're warning males to stay away from the babies, because the male mice will eat the babies on occasion.
Don't eat the babies.
So the female gives off a scent that says keep away.
And it smells like bananas.
Yeah, the same.
So if I put bananas around my house, I can keep virgin male mice away.
Yes, and no one will come in and eat your babies either.
But doesn't it seem like you'd have to? I mean, if you leave the banana too long, isn't
Then
that going to
they'll
be
eat it,
mouse
won't they?
food?
Yeah.
This seems fraught with problems.
I don't think that scientists are suggesting that you actually use a banana to keep mice away. But
no, but Carrie, Google cucumbers and cats.
yeah,
is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why are they?
I don't know.
I think it's fake, is what I think when I look at it. Marilyn Manson has been the target of sexual assault investigation for more than a year. But as the case winds down, detectives haven't found solid evidence. And it looks as though he will not face charges in the sexual assault investigation. Law enforcement sources say that there have been, quote, some credibility issues with the victim, which have made it hard to build a legit case. Cops are close to submitting their findings to the LA County District Attorney's Office, who ultimately will make the decision, but it's hard to imagine they'd charge without the goods. TMZ has been told that the case likely won't amount to any charges. That can change, but at this point, it doesn't look like it. People in Sweden don't offer food to guests.
I saw this. So there are places where, like in Egypt, I wish it was Sweden. Because it's like food. You have to eat all this food we have, and they keep bringing you food. And even if you say you're not hungry, it doesn't matter. Here's food. You got to have food. Sweden, apparently, when you're a guest in somebody's house, they don't
give you food.
Which I'm fine. I don't want to eat your food.
But what you're saying is that in Egypt they give you food.
Like
you were
relentlessly.
They keep giving it to you, is what you were saying.
Yes.
Well, apparently, see, and the picture that accompanied this story, Swedes, was a picture of a plate of Swedish meatballs. So that I'm fine. Don't give me that.
'Cause you don't want.
I don't want bald meat. But apparently, Swedes.
So it's a cultural thing.
It's just now in many places, and even here, I would think if you have somebody over, if somebody comes over to the house and you're talking and. Maybe you haven't necessarily made this a dinner date or anything, but if somebody's over to your house talking with you for a while, like we've gone to your house for do some business conversations in the past, and you have offered us food on occasion. I think that seems to be what. But Swedes just no, we don't do that.
Not even
cocoa. No, not Swiss Miss.
Get those meatballs away from me.
I think that's Bill.
But Swiss Miss is Switzerland, not Sweden. Right?
Yeah.
Over 100 years, somebody says, I was born and raised in Sweden. I never ate dinner in anybody's house. Not my best friend's house. My best friend never ate dinner at my house. Maybe I got a cinnamon bun once.
Maybe I got
20 years. Our neighbors had a giant pear tree with thousands of small, delicious pears, and I took one, and the neighbors called the police.
Oh, those were my pears.
So I don't know, just a cultural thing.
Okay.
Kanye West. I guess he's still trying to get divorced.
Yeah.
But
will nobody help Kanye get divorced?
His divorce attorneys keep quitting.
Because he's crazy.
Because he's crazy.
The fourth one now, Samantha Spector.
4.
Has filed a motion to be relieved as counsel for Kanye.
And this is how bad it has to be. Because surely your retainer for being Kanye's attorney is substantial. This is 4 people that are turning down lots of potential money because he's that difficult to work with.
The reason that Spector gave is there has been an irreconcilable breakdown in the attorney-client relationship. I guess
that means he's being a dick.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't like what you're doing. Do something else.
Okay, so this video, the cats and the cucumbers, I think that they think that they're snakes.
I tweeted it at RFH Gina. If you don't believe me that cats are afraid of cucumbers.
And how mean of these owners
to
be taunting these poor cats with.
It's terrible.
I'm gonna try it with my cat. I'm guessing that it doesn't have. There's something up there.
Anyway,
Pinocchio live action.
I watched it.
Oh, Carrie.
With
well, no, I watched the trailer. I don't know if I'll watch the movie
with Tom Hanks as Geppetto.
Yeah, I saw all I needed to see. They're making the characters look as much like the cartoon as possible. So Jiminy Cricket has got the hat and the scarf and all that stuff, but Pinocchio just looks like Pinocchio,
He's a puppet.
right out of the cartoon.
Yeah. I don't know. It's Zemeckis, right?
Yes.
Who did that, the Polar Express.
He says he's learned his lesson.
Which was terrible. Dead-eyed.
Well, you got to remember, that was like one of the first ones with the computer-generated stuff. And so the tech wasn't quite where it needed to be.
And Pinocchio looks like a puppet, but spoiler alert, I bet at the end he doesn't look like a puppet.
Well, it's because he turns into a real boy.
Oh, come on.
A real boy.
But watch the trailer. It's interesting.
My favorite are the two, the fox and the kitty cat.
They look great.
Gideon.
Giddy, when he calls him Giddy all the time, and I forget the other one.
Go look. Did you watch the trailer?
I a little tiny bit.
They're just in it briefly, but they look great.
But they sing "Hey Diddly Dee," an actor's life for me.
Weather.
Beautiful day today, 75, sunny. If anybody complains about today, what's wrong with you? It's a beautiful day.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
We'll be right back.
When Carrie, Bill, and Gina run out of things to bitch about, we give you...
Did you have some emails of interest?
I have an email of interest here. I think it's of great interest. It says it's an email of interest right in the subject line.
Now, see, that's the problem that I have with it, is that the writer has determined it's of interest, and we are the ones who determine if it is of interest.
I looked through. I think it is.
Okay. Email of interest.
And it came to us via radiofromhell@x96.com. Anyone can send us an email of interest. There's another one here. It's not so interesting, but this one, an email of interest. It says, Dear, good morning, lords and ladies. Given these silly times, I've taken it upon myself to take Bill's advice of turning to the Great British Baking Show for solace, and I can't recommend it more. I also couldn't help but find correlations of my unknowing best friends, Radio from Hell, with the show Great British Baking Show. So there are correlations. First one, number one, Bill. Bill equals Paul Hollywood. Not much of a surprise there, but all candidates are clearly over the moon with the guy. You see why it's an email of interest, of course. Any hint of approval, especially the Paul Hollywood handshake, is very reminiscent of Bill's Once Upon a Time. I'll give you a hearty handshake, a firm handshake. Bring candidates and viewers alike to tears. We all just want Bill to accept us, and it's a high bar. Number two, Gina equals Prue. Now, Prue is the lovely older woman who's Paul Hollywood's co-host and baker.
Judge.
Okay.
Yeah. Prue, obviously, she urges the candidates on, encourages them to reach their highest potential, but will still question certain missteps. She smooths out Paul's rough edges when she feels that the candidate is upset and just makes everything okay. Gina makes everything feel okay, but is not hesitant to step in when something isn't right, just like Prue.
Nice.
And number three, Carrie, equals Noel. He keeps everything moving. He cuts in at exactly the right time and keeps everyone's morale up. He's clearly an improv pro and lets no innuendo be unaddressed. Carrie is an absolute genius, it says here. I've been listening to Radio from Hell addictively since 1998, and I cannot imagine life without you guys.
Aww.
Love, Tawny.
Nice.
That's nice.
Email of interest. Thank you, Tawny. All right.
Of Pride Week, that means if it goes well,
she's the hero.
You're the hero. But if it's a disaster,
it was somebody else.
It's all you too.
I have a name I could give you.
It's going to go great.
It
always
going to
be great.
Yes. Where do you want to start with Pride Week? I mean, what?
Yeah.
We have been going since Sunday. We've already had 5 events for Pride Week this year. We are on festival grounds doing the final touches of getting the festival ready for Saturday and Sunday.
It's stage set up and everything?
Yes.
Same place at Library Square or
Washington Square,
Washington
across the
Square.
street. We've actually increased the footprint of festival by 20%.
Good.
Because we are anticipating gigantic crowds.
Well, there's pent-up demand.
There
Oh,
is.
yeah. 3 years since we've been able to put on a full festival.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
Give us an idea of some of the entertainment for the festival.
we have major international acts coming this year. We have Dev. So, if you remember that song, Like a G6. We also have Shade, the trampoline song everyone is in love with right now. Those are our main headliners. We have an international renowned LGBTQ DJ called DJ GSP, who's coming and doing our dance party Saturday night. And then we have over 40 local queer artists and entertainers that will be performing on all 4 stages throughout the weekend.
And this is Saturday and Sunday. And then Sunday, the big parade. How many are there? Lots and lots and lots of entries?
Oh, yes. We're over 170 entries this year. We doubled our parade length.
The distance.
The length
traveled.
of the parade. Wow.
13 blocks this year.
Well, you have to, if there's that many entries, it has to be a longer, because, yeah, it's just.
Now, with that many entries, are you beating the days of 47?
We're close.
I say, that sounds.
Well, it's certainly more fun than the days of 47.
Absolutely.
It's a lot more colorful, that's for sure.
What time? What's a good time to get to the parade? And you think for people who just want to see it? And what's the route?
The route starts at 200 East, 200 West, goes up to 400 East, and goes south. You'll get to 700 South, and we'll turn east and end at 2nd East. Best time to get there is a little bit before 10 o'clock, and we wanted it to be so long, not just because we have so many people we're expecting, but we also wanted to kind of take into consideration COVID is still around.
Spread it around a bit.
And we want to spread some people around. Yeah, we have three main anchor points that have ADA seating and our VIP seating, 3 major water stations, free water stations and first aid. We've really bumped up security and making sure that we're taking care of our ADA patrons as well.
We're talking to Emily Walker, who's the director of Pride Week. Is there a map where somebody that people can see?
Yes, we have an official Utah Pride Center app that you can download that has all of that. It has our schedules, all of our food vendor menus, our beverage menu, and all of our maps. Yeah.
So just what the app is Utah Pride Center?
Utah Pride Center official.
And now so if you spend lots of money at the festival, the parade is free.
Yes.
But if you go to the festival, spend lots of money, proceeds from that will go to the Pride Center. And tell people a little bit about the Pride Center and why that's important.
This is our major fundraiser for the year. The Pride Center is around all year long. We do mental health services, youth and family programming, adult programming. It's very critical life-saving services for our LGBTQ community. And this is the fundraiser that pays for that all year round.
And people who are in need of services can drop into the Pride Center pretty much any time, right? And where is it located? And
we are at 1380 South Main Street, right behind the Bees Stadium.
Oh, yes.
It's moved.
Yes. We're not downtown anymore.
Yeah. And I mean, people do just drop in, people who are maybe having some problems, or they come there and it's a safe place for people.
Yes, we finally reopened to the public in April, which we're very grateful for. It's been amazing to have people back in the center, have kids down in our youth space again. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Well, it's always a great time. It's so much fun being in the parade. It's just I don't know, and it's interesting. When we're in the parade, people are always so kind and receptive to us that it makes us feel good. You know?
Yes.
The festival starts on Saturday.
But stuff's going on right now. You don't have to wait till Saturday, right?
Yes. We have our flag raising happening today for Pride Month at Washington Square at 10. We also have our Story Garden exhibit at the library, and Zoo Brew is tonight.
So what? Oh,
Oh, up
Zoo
at the zoo.
We have a Pride Zoo Brew happening today from 6:30 to 9:30. But most importantly, I think that to start the whole weekend off is our Rainbow Glow rally and march on Friday at 8:30 at the Capitol building.
Starts at the Capitol building?
Yes.
All right. Emily Walker, director of Pride Week. I know you have lots of things to do, so you probably want to get out of here. And
You got to get.
I gotta go
for the flag. The flag raising ceremonies in 20.
Yes.
You better get one of those scooters.
All right. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. All right. Well, let's see. We will take a break. We will be back. Stand by. Opendoor.com/myoffer. I went to opendoor.com/myoffer, saw for myself just how easy it was to request an offer on my house. And imagine if you could just sell your house the moment that you needed to sell your house. Say you get your dream job halfway across the country or something like that. It's opendoor.com/myoffer makes that a possibility by giving you a competitive offer on your house in a matter of days. Sold. All you have to do is just go to opendoor.com/myoffer. They'll ask you some questions about your house. You enter your address, and they'll make you an offer in minutes. I mean, really, it's that simple. You don't have to worry about making repairs, doing prep work, scheduling showings, strangers in your house, the staging, all of that stuff, the listings. It just happens that quickly. So get a free offer on your house at opendoor.com/myoffer. Offer eligibility varies. Open Door is represented by Open Door Brokerage, Inc., license 02061130 in California, and Open Door Brokerage, LLC, in its other markets.
Real Alternative is back.
I'm really excited to. I was worried about not being able to get fudge from my usual sources, but apparently I can get
your
fudge
usual
online.
fudge
Well,
source?
you know, at the I like to go around to holiday boutiques, you know, and buy my Christmas fudge. And,
but since normal fudge tunnels have been closed these years,
that's true. And but apparently I can get my holiday fudge, and I'm hoping Pinoche as well. Online fudge, I think is.
But is it local fudge?
Yes.
Because you want the local fudge. I
think there's a way I can get local fudge online. That's what I'm hoping. But you know, I like to go around to the holiday boutiques, and I'll buy some thumbprint cookies, and you know, holiday fudge.
Do you like nuts in your fudge, or are you just straight ahead fudge?
I like corn. I'm sorry.
We're just going to leave you hanging there on that one.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't know. That was terrible.
We're just going to let you.
There's a body in the street, and we're walking away from it. That's just,
nutty fudge. Nutty fudge is okay. Yeah, just don't overdo it with the nuts and the fudge. But I don't understand fudge.
You've been going on and on about it, and you don't get it?
I don't understand it. It's like you're eating a giant square of frosting.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
it's for people who don't like brownies.
I guess.
You can't eat a lot of fudge. Fudge is like
it's like that much.
Side tiny.
It's like a mouthful, and that's all you need.
You know, there's fudge in the Biden White House. Yeah. Let's see. Well, I
you mean there will be? Because there's
there
not
will
a Biden
be
White House.
Well,
yet.
in the cabinet.
There's the promise of fudge?
There is fudge in the cabinet, in Biden's cabinet.
There's a director or secretary of?
Marcia Louise Fudge.
Oh, okay.
She's an American politician. She's in the House of Representatives, but I think she's been asked by Biden to be Agriculture Secretary.
Well, that's perfect. Although
fudge
isn't something you farm.
Well, in my case it is.
Well, no, it's mined, isn't it? So.
Yeah, got a fudge mine.
Mining for fudge.
Yeah, drill for it sometimes.
In the fudge caves.
You can either drill for it or mine for it.
Oh, there's a cave. There's caves.
There are fudge caves, yeah.
Yes.
Those are very, very rare, but that's natural fudge. It's hard
That's the best kind.
Hard to
Are we
find.
done yet with this?
Well, and they have the special containers called Fudgeware that they pack it in, and that's all I'm saying.
Now we're walking away from the body that you are in the street.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out.
I make one corn comment.
I'm out.
Mine was a little bit more subtle. All right.
Yeah, sure was.
It was. All right.
You know who's on the line? I believe this is the impetus to the first all-day show.
Candace.
Candace?
Yes.
How now? You were there for the first all-day show. Oh yeah.
I was, as Carrie said, I was the something from the radio gods, the idiot or something.
No,
not so much. He didn't really.
The
say
gift from the radio gods.
That was it. Yeah.
But
And
you-
I was the one that brought the alcohol.
You are the first. You were the one who started the tradition of bringing us booze.
Exactly. And I'm so upset. Y'all got pedicures and I didn't.
Well,
I would have liked one.
Well,
you should have asked.
Well, I was in and out of the house all day.
Candy Bear.
Well, then you couldn't.
Then you couldn't have gotten one anyway.
Candy Bear. I'm not sure what.
Not. Did you say Candy Bear?
Yeah.
Or Daddy Bear?
Candy Bear.
Oh, that's cute.
You're
Better
my-
than Candy Ass.
You're my little Candy Bear.
Who is this?
Don't you know?
No, I don't know.
Who is this?
It's your mother.
I think
Hi.
Candy's
Candy?
been drinking today already.
Candy, hi, it's Mitt
No,
Candy, hi,
I
it's Mitt
haven't.
Romney.
Candace,
Ew.
do you have any idea what you're listening to or where you are?
It's a country station, and I'm in Texas. No, of course I do, you silly gooses. That
Candy?
was ridiculous.
Candy Bear?
Don't call me Candy, please. My dad hated that.
It's Candace.
It's Candace, Carrie.
Yes, it's Candace.
If
still,
your dad
and I
hated
will-
that, he shouldn't have named you Candace.
Yeah.
He's no longer living. That's rude.
Well, I'm sure his feelings are hurt.
Did you call us Candace?
Yes,
she-
I did, and
she
I
did.
meant to get abused.
Okay, because I thought maybe the interns had called you and then
No, nobody
just picked your name
remembers.
out of a phone book or something. Nobody
You
remembers.
wish.
Nobody remembers what, Candace?
Any of this.
Any of.
And I'm even on the CD, and I'm so sad.
She's
I'm
she's
joking.
the phone call. She's the reason.
She's the reason that we did
story.
because I didn't get a chance to
Yeah.
tell my Hawaii story.
No, it
or
was your Vegas.
My Vegas story.
Vegas
my
story,
Vegas
that's
story.
right.
Exactly.
And
Carrie, I saw you at that one clothing store. I don't remember.
You remember, Carrie?
was
No,
was I
yeah,
was
wait
I
a minute.
was I buying my garments?
It was that
Was
one
it that
clothing
one?
store.
That one
No.
clothing store?
I don't know what you call them. Come on, help me out. A thing.
You
a
know,
management,
a thing.
Whatever.
I can.
Was it a remote?
You know, I can see why you were the impetus for the all-day show because it takes all day to get anything out of
Holy
you.
crap! You've been doing this all day. I'm tired too, and yes, other whatever.
She's
but
drunk.
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm just embarrassed.
Candy Bear?
This is the note you want to go out on.
Yeah.
By the way.
Oh, Candace, you've been rickrolled. I'm sorry.
God bless you, Candace.
All right.
I'm glad that somehow you started the all-day show, but no, that's not the note we want to go out on.
Well, we got 20 minutes.
But as with all of our all-day shows, I seem to remember that they go out with not with a bang but a whimper.
I've been whimpering for the last hour and 20 minutes.
They just kind of peter out at the end. So,
Well, Gina, I'm used to your whimpering.
It's what I do. never heard that Panic at the Disco song.
I haven't.
It's Viva Las Vengeance. It's their new album, and that's the title track from the album, Viva Las Vengeance.
Their seventh studio album.
Is the record out yet?
No, it arrives October 19th.
August 19th.
Oh, sorry, August. The reason I said October is because Panic at the Disco is coming to Vivint Smart Home Arena on October 13th. So you'll hear that song on X96. You'll get excited about buying the album on August 19th, and then you'll want to go to the show at Vivint on October 13th.
Well, you've got people's lives just all planned out, don't you?
You bet. Mm-hmm. You know, Bill, I like telling people what to do.
No kidding.
You know what they ought to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You know what they ought to do.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Huh?
Yes?
I don't know. I don't know what I was going to say.
Thought the well was.
I've got too many things on my mind right now.
Followed.
I have a list if you need something. If you don't want to be taxed, Bill, I could save you with a list.
Yeah, that'd be good.
You want me to?
Mm-hmm.
Saved by Listo.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
I have a list of bandmates who hate each other.
Oh, well, that's easy.
It must be really long.
You know the first one on the list, the one that always comes up.
Well, it'd be
Oasis.
Oasis. Yeah.
Oasis. Yeah.
So that's number one.
Because they haven't spoken in 10 years or more. I think I read somewhere.
Guns N' Roses.
Didn't they patch it up?
They have now, but for years hated each other because Axl's a whiny baby, and drugs get in the way sometime. The Sex Pistols hated each other.
Still do.
Especially now. Mm-hmm. I mean, well, the rest of the band like each other enough, but it's Mr. Lydon.
Here's what he says about Sid Vicious, who's long dead.
Yes.
He says, quote, "Sid was nothing more than an empty coat hanger to fill an empty spot on stage." That's
sort of true.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh, yeah.
According to Billy Corgan, the band's guitarist is to blame. He said, "The truth of the matter is James Iha broke up Smashing Pumpkins. Not me, not drummer Jimmy Chamberlain, James.
Not Zwan?
Not Zwan. He was difficult to work with. Nobody liked him."
There can be only Zwan.
Joe Perry and Steven Tyler.
They don't like each other?
They have amazing musical chemistry, but they're such polar opposite personalities. They have had a love-hate relationship over the years, so much so they are known as the Toxic Twins.
I can see that.
But that works for them.
Carrie?
Mm-hmm.
Other sibling rivalry? Ray and Dave Davis.
Oh, yes.
They hate each other.
They have kinks. They have fought for decades. I mean, there are times on stage when they'd spit on each other, and yeah.
Here's another one for Carrie. Pink Floyd.
Oh, yeah.
David Gilmour and Roger Waters
do not
hate each other.
Although they patched it up just a little bit because Gilmour made a surprise appearance on one of Roger's shows.
So maybe they've come around.
And I don't think they've come around that much.
Did he have a knife?
He showed up and played the guitar solo for Comfortably Numb, and it was kind of a surprise.
The Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Brian Wilson and Mike Love hated each other.
Well, that's because Brian Wilson had all the talent and Mike Love had none.
Exactly. He's still a bum.
New Order.
Yeah.
As bassist Peter Hook puts it, anyone watching would think, "Oh, look at them. They've got everything. They've got success. They're friends. What a wonderful world." Yet we just hate each other. Hook, who quit the band, went as far as taking the band to court over a money dispute. Journey. They've been in lawsuits for years.
Please.
Steve Perry and the like. Van Halen.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody liked David Lee Roth.
And rightfully so.
They all... there's still fights between Ace Frehley and Gene Simmons.
Oh, yeah. And Peter Criss.
Peter Criss.
It's the 2 against 2. I don't know if Paul Stanley weighs in or not, but it's Gene's usually the vocal.
It's interesting that some of these people stay together as bands, even though they have lots of discord.
Blink 182. Tom DeLonge did not get along with Travis Barker and Mark Hoppus because Tom DeLonge is kind of nutty.
He's a nut.
Well, I don't think Travis is any prize.
Kings of Leon.
Oh.
Family and alcohol don't mix well.
I was gonna say,
in
because
bands.
they're brothers,
Yeah,
yeah.
brothers and cousin.
Yeah.
They fight. Everly Brothers.
Oh, yeah, they didn't get along.
Don showed up drunk to a show after screwing up the lyrics. Phil smashed a guitar on his head and walked off stage. They seemed like such nice boys.
They did.
Metallica.
Yeah, oh, yeah, there's a documentary about it.
Whole documentary about them going into therapy because they hated each other.
Mm-hmm.
The Ramones. KKK Took My Baby Away is about guitarist Johnny Ramone stealing Joey Ramone's girlfriend. Didn't know that.
Didn't seem obvious.
Simon and Garfunkel. Hated each other.
Yeah.
They patched it up, though.
The Pixies.
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
Black Francis and Kim Deal would get together on stage and play, but they never talked off stage. Hated each other. The Clash.
Yeah.
Mick Jones and Joe Strummer were barely talking by the time the band split.
Yeah.
Bill the Eagles.
I don't care. I hate all of them.
The Police. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they...
Yeah.
Sting is not... As much as I love him...
Yeah, Stuart Copeland just has nothing good to say.
So there you go, Bill.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
I was just looking to see the Reed brothers, Jesus and Mary Chain, but I think they liked each other.
All right, well, let's do the promo and crawl towards the exits.
Coming up on Thursday's Radio from Hell show.
At 6:45, I'll have some geek news for you. Then at 7:45, it's another X poll, so be ready to call in and tell us what's on your Pride playlist or your Pride song.
Of course, there will be more for Thursday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
Did we decide that was the topic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I told Katie.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All righty. I think that's good. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Dr. Cobble said I can have a donut.
Marcy is next.